wasn't alive when that shit came out.
What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. What's good, y'all? Sixth element of hip hop here. I'm your host, Reno Noir, and we got a special guest in the building, Stu Dog, my co-host. What's good with you, my man? All right, that's what's up. Nah, man. So we got a special guest in the building. We're gonna get right to it, man. My man JORGE Medina is in the building. GetYourMeds.com.
What's
good?
Y'all?
What is up, man?
Good. I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on, my brother.
I'm very excited to talk to you, man, because we love to have indie creators come on, man, and talk to us about their projects and, like, you know, how they doing it and all of that good stuff. You sent me your comics like moments ago. I'm trying to pull them up.
Nah, it's all good, brother. Yeah. I was telling you, I was mad. I meant to send you that stuff earlier, and I was like, holy cow, I never did. But yeah, no, I sent you a couple of PDFs, just two of my first issues. One of Russ 5377, the other one of The Adventures of Wonder Duck. But
beautiful.
Yeah, that's Russ there.
Haha, what's up, Slade?
That's cool, man.
Russ 5377.
Yes, indeed.
Tell me about this, man. It looks wait, the same to you. My bad.
Yeah, no. So the story of Russ is the story of a young man who lives sometime in the future. I don't tell you when, because I hate it when movies tell you a date and then the date comes and nothing you wrote about or nothing you saw in that movie is happening now because they never thought it would come that fast. So I don't tell you when this takes place, but it takes sometime in the future, and the story surrounds itself around a young man, he's about 17 years old, who lives in an orphanage. He comes to find out that the orphanage is not really an orphanage. It's a lab where they're trying to create the perfect specimen. He's starting to realize that this is going on through dreams that he's having that he shouldn't be having because his memory has been wiped and he's not supposed to remember these things. So when he realizes that this is what's going on, him and his two boys there decide, you know what, it's time to get out of here. And that's kind of where the story takes off. So the story is a 6-issue story arc of Russ and his friends trying to escape this orphanage where they're living. And it's a 6-issue run. By the end of it, you'll see whether or not he actually escapes. So that's essentially what the story of Russ is about.
That's not, man. What's the inspiration behind that? I mean, did you just come up with it one day or what?
So I when I came up with the story, this was back in 1999, bro. Like this was a while ago. And I was working at a group home. It was an orphanage. I'm not a social worker or anything like that. I was doing data entry work. And one day I came across a name on the computer I had to put in because I used to put in the names of the kids that were coming into the orphanage or whatever. And one of the names was Nonami, right? Nonami. I was like, that's a cool name, man. Nonami. Turns out it was no name. The kid had no name. They didn't know where the kid came from, who he was, or she. I didn't even know what it was. I don't know if it was a male or female. And so what ended up happening was that sparked the image. Like, what if there was a kid who grew up in a situation like this and all they wanted to do was escape? What's going on, Paul? Hades in the house. What's up, man?
Salute Paul in the building.
And so that's where it came from. It started from that idea. And then it just evolved into, you know, this 6-issue arc of like this kid, you know, having these dreams and, you know, people swiping them. And like, it just went, you know, all the way left. And so that's how I came up with the story.
Man, that's dope, man. Right away, we got people. Where can we find Russ?
Oh, yeah, good question. Actually, Hades is in the house. Right now, you can get it digitally through any1world.com. So that's N as in Nancy, E as in Echo, the number one world.com. I'm releasing the episodes or the issues monthly. So we're up to issue number 2. Issue number 3 is releasing in a couple of weeks on Comic Book Wednesdays. So yeah, so catch up on it. It's digital right now. I'm hoping to get it printed. If you go to my website, you can get the graphic novel, but I'm doing the episodes one by one digitally through the any1world.com, so you can check them out there. Yep, that's it. Exactly right.
Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all. What's the Almega salute? Almega's in the. I don't know. Almega not here. He might be here though. He might come through. You never know. We got a long night, ahead of us. A lot of people might pop through. And also, if you guys are here for the Doctor Strange time runs out, we gonna definitely talk about that in a minute. But my man Jorge is got a limited time, so we definitely got to talk to my man. What else besides Russ? Because I saw another. All right, well, you got another comic, right? But I don't think you emailed it to me.
Yeah, it should be in the same one, but it's called The Adventures of Wonder Duck, and this is a story about it's an anthropomorphic story, so it's in the vein of like the Disney Afternoon, DuckTales, that kind of stuff, and it's about a duck, an idle work duck. He was an actor who lost his job, decides, what, life is over. I don't know what to do with myself. And out of nowhere, something comes out of the sky, hits him right in the head. Like sometimes things need to happen to us. And he becomes this superhero, Wonder Duck, who now has to defend his universe from evildoers everywhere. So it's almost like your basic, superhero story with ducks, right? And it has that kind of like I said, Disney Afternoon, DuckTales Adventures kind of thing going on. So yeah, I'm very proud of it, man. I started working on that a long time ago as well, and I've been able to there it is. I've been able to put together the first graphic novel, which is the one that's here. This is the first chapter in it, and I'm actually putting together the second part of the graphic novel now, and hopefully we'll have it out by the end of this year, more likely next year. But this is the artwork. Yeah, it's very Disney Afternoon cartoony kind of style, but yeah.
I don't want to give away the whole book or everything, but can I show a couple pages?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Go for it. Yeah. This is
definitely reminds me of like Darkwing Duck.
Yes, that's it. It's got that influence. It's got that.
Yeah. And that's dope. Stu Dog, man, what do you think, man? This is crazy.
I think he's muted, right? Yeah,
he's muted. For years, I have shown nothing but complete loyalty to you. Man.
Yeah, man, I had fun writing this thing, man. It was it's gonna be like an 8-issue arc. Man. There he goes.
Now we can hear you. What'd you say, bro?
Yeah, y'all got me straight muted, man. I thought I was crazy.
You was on the pay no mind list or something.
I see, man. I see. It's a very short list with big names on it.
but this is.
Listen, man. This is
the art is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
exceptionally creative. And I like creative things. For me, having somebody create something that's not the cookie cutter things that we get nowadays, man, is phenomenal, man.
I'm not flying through this fast because it's whack, man. Listen, guys, I'm not trying to give y'all too much. I want to give it away for free, man.
We don't want to we don't want to do that. Yeah, but
it's dope.
So you said you came up with this. Are you a fan of the? Because I'm a big fan of the afternoon cartoon lineup.
Oh yeah,
with Darkwing Duck, Tailspin.
Yep, Tailspin, all that. Yeah, I grew up on that.
What else? DuckTales, all that. Yeah, I grew up on that too. So is that kind of like a little bit of inspiration for you?
Big time
to do that.
Time,
I mean, not that you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Hey, what's going on, John? Thank you for showing up, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, dude. That's exactly where the inspiration came from. Like, as a kid growing up, watching these cartoons, it's weird because I never wanted to work for Disney. I never wanted to work for Marvel. You always hear, oh, I wanted to, draw or whatever for Marvel, DC.
Right.
I always wanted to create my own stuff because I figured then nobody can tell me what I can or cannot do, or
of course, right,
what I can or cannot put out. So not having those restrictions made creativity more fun, right? Like because now you're playing. It's like having action figures and playing with your action figures and putting them in different situations and things like that. So to your point, Stu, yeah, the Disney afternoon was huge as far as like my influence for, like you said, you mentioned all the like the Gummy Bears and Tailspin and Darkwing Duck and and all that stuff.
Duck, Gargoyles, all that. I'm gonna go as far as to take away inspiration, but I'm gonna just say more of an influence for you to do this.
Yeah,
because it seems like it influenced you to do what you're doing now more than inspired. Because influence would be a bigger word. Seeing that what you did and the way that it looks, it's dope. It got me interested because I highly like the same thing. I like those afternoon cards and I miss them. I really do. So anytime I get a chance to either read something or see something like that, like with you, bro, that's phenomenal to me.
Yeah, I do too, bro. I do too. I feel like we don't have those anymore. Like we don't have that kind of, like it's different now. And I get it. Things change and times change. But I don't know. Those were the things that I grew up and I loved watching that show. I could, what was it, like a 4-hour run of like just cartoons at that time? And it was
from like 2 to 5.
Right.
Like
it was
that,
just
1 to 5. I think 1. I say 1:30 because Thundercats. I mean, Silverhawks. I used to watch Silverhawks from 1:30 to 2 o'clock, and then it was just a whole lineup after that. Man. But that just things change don't mean we can't have. My grandfather said it best. New doesn't mean better. It just means different from old. So that don't mean we can't still have something like that and enjoy it, man. And for you to bring something like that to us that we can enjoy, man, that's powerful, man. I thank you for it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. When can we see a physical copy of the Super Duck?
You can order it. If you go to my website, getyourmeds.com, go to the shop. I have all my books there. I have my my T-shirts and stuff like that. So you can definitely order that stuff from there. Darkfire Press is the publisher that publishes Wonder Duck, and they've made it available all over the place. You can get it on Barnes and Nobles. If you have an Amazon account, you can order it through Amazon. Leave a review if you get it. Leave a review there, and then you can also get it on Global Comics. That kind of stuff, you can get it that way as well. So there's different ways to get everything that that we're talking about here today. So
we can straight up go to Amazon. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, man. If you have a Prime membership, that's perfect because you don't get charged for shipping.
Yeah, I got Prime. Oh yes,
yeah.
So. Listen, Reno will tell you I got issues with shipping. Like I got PTSD.
Oh man,
when it comes to shipping, man. I start stuttering. I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like they get me for money when I gotta pay for shipping. I don't know why, man. It's just,
Stu hates some shipping. He don't.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting swindled. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I try to. The post office charges money. It costs money to ship it.
Sideways about it. We don't be like, dude, just do it. Yeah, he become. Yeah, we done got in some small argument debates about it. I'd be like, man, I just don't feel comfortable with paying for shipping. It's just, I feel like I'm getting beat, man, like the Shell game. Like they get. I feel like I'm getting.
I just don't get it.
I mean, maybe it's just me. But when it's free shipping, I'm all over it, baby. I'm all over it, man.
If you got that Prime, definitely. Yeah, get that.
So we go to Amazon Prime and we type in.
If you go to Amazon, you type in The Adventures of Wonder Duck. Yeah, you should be able to see it there. And like I said, if you go to the website, you just hit shop and it'll take you right to the page. Okay. I like to make it as simple as possible when it comes to like ordering stuff. Like when it comes to that stuff, you have to make it as less clicks as possible because people will lose interest.
You made it even better by making us be able to get free shipping.
I do that. I can't believe that just happened. I did not mean to do that. No one saw that. Adventures of Wonder Duck. Type it in Amazon. Wonder Duck.
Oh, is that what you had up there? That's hilarious.
Yeah, my bad. Typo.
Man. Alexa, add The Adventures of Wonder Duck to my cart.
Yes, Stu. Right away. Man, shout out to Annie Ball, Arroyo in the house. That's your homie Jamila Quinn in the building. Salute. Listen, so Black Heroes Club talking about the t-shirt. I just noticed the t-shirt, man. We talk about shirts. We definitely love shirts up here, man. Can we get a stand-up full shot of the
Oh
Rush t-shirt?
yeah, man. This is the shirt right here.
That is tight.
It's Russ coming at you. Yeah. Just these are going to be available on the website. I just have to load them up. This one just came in because I wanted to see what it looked like, and I'll have it in different colors. Again, Stu, this is for you right here too. Amazon, you can get them on Amazon. So yeah, so once I'll throw the link up there too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, throw the link
so
right there, man.
Yeah, I appreciate.
You know,
I appreciate.
Still get free shipping. Still get free shipping. You know.
Yeah, that's the manga. That's the manga, you know, from our sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the, let me throw him up there real quick. There he is. Shout out to Vintage Rush, man. Always check out Vintage Rush and RushXBeyond.com for these fly X-Men shirts, bro. I'm telling you, they're fucking so dope. But yeah, man, back to my man Jorge right here, man. This is so how are you connected with ASAP with Paul and them?
So I have a show that I do. It airs on Tuesday nights. It's called Catch the Craze. And Hades Paul was a guest on it a few years ago when he like one of the early, he started his company, and we hit it off, man. We hit it off. You guys know Hades. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, man.
You know, awesome, really solid guy. And we hit it off. We started talking, and he he has Any One World, which is a platform very similar to like what you would see, like for those who don't know, like global comics, or very similar to like a Comixology when it was out, where he gives independent creators an opportunity to put their products on his website for downloads and things like that for people who want to do digital. Some of them are also physical, so he does do physical comics on there as well. So he so we started talking, and I told him about Russ, and and he said, hey, maybe we put it up on the platform. I was like, hell yeah. So I did. So that's how kind of like that came along. And then he also got in contact with my publisher through the Wonder Dog publisher, Darkfire Press. And he picked up all of their line of books. So if you go to anyoneworld.com, there's a list of stuff on there. So he's got Wonder Dog up there as well. He's got Russ, and then he's got all the other stuff that my publisher has. Anibal Arroyo's got a book in there for kids called Little Steve's Closet. And so there's a bunch of stuff on there for those who like the indie scene, right? If you like independent comics, that's where you go to get it, because that's strictly for independent comics. And then, he read some of my stuff, he enjoyed it, and he asked me to write actually one of his books. So I'm currently writing the Dead of Night series that he's got out on asapimagination.com, which is that world that he's got. He's got that book. He's got Sister Grimm. He's got a bunch of awesome stuff on there. So so I've been fortunate, man. I've been doing my thing as far as the indie stuff. And then I do, like, if you look at the books, I do all the lettering on the books. So I also offer lettering for like independent creators who maybe, don't have the time to do it and want somebody to, do that. Hit me up. I can definitely do that for you guys. So.
That's dope. Y'all heard it here, man. Jorge's got the letters.
Yeah, man.
Y'all, man. Yo, shout out Paul in the building. He said, thank you, man. Didn't even pay Jorge to be that kind. Man, that's just how we get down. Black Heroes Club, you got the website, man. You seen it. Yeah, man, you should do some Bishop on your page. I'm surprised you haven't done Bishop yet. I do Bishop. We did a show about Bishop, about Method Man playing Bishop in the MCU, man.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that would be dope. That would be real dope.
He been wanting to play that for a long. He really lobbying for that role, man. I don't know if he's gonna be too old or what.
Yeah. No, I think he's jacked up enough to be that, bro.
Yeah. And Bishop ain't no spring chicken, so
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could make him any age, man. We got to see. We don't even know if it's gonna be the X-Men. It might be the X-women or the X-people or something stupid. We don't even know.
Yeah, don't.
We have no idea.
I've been having let's not even go there with that. Let's keep talking about Wonder Duck.
Wonder Duck.
Yeah, because that makes my eye twitch. That makes,
I seen it. Look,
yeah, that makes my eye twitch, man. So yeah, Wonder Duck is dope, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
got it on
so tell
Amazon
me
Prime,
though, I want to
and
know about Wonder Duck. If he's is Wonder Duck a superhero? Does he have superpowers, or is he like a you know, like
yeah, I
a
was
Han
getting ready.
Solo kind of guy or
No,
Yeah, I
something?
was
no,
getting. Yeah, that was my next. Yeah, that was my next question. Yeah.
so his powers come from a suit that was created. So what happens in the story is the very first image that you saw, this duck screaming, he's the creator of the suit that Duke is his name, that Duke wears. So what
Right.
happens is the scientist creates this, this really cool suit, and he's supposed to be creating it for his home planet. But greed takes over and somebody offers him more money. And so he
Mhm.
decides to sell the design to the bad guy.
Right.
And then he gets caught. Word gets out that he did this, that he committed treason, and he comes in, they're coming in to arrest him. And that's when he gets rid of the evidence. Getting rid of the
Right.
evidence means getting rid of that suit. That suit goes into space. And I was telling you about Duke. He's an out of work actor who's down in the dumps. And this suit comes from outer space and merges with him, almost like a symbiote would, like, like Spider-Man and Venom, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Right.
the suit comes in, it attaches to him, and he becomes Wonder Duck. So the suit does have superpowers, like it does. It could, it's very military based. So it's got like camouflage, so he can blend into things. He's got things that come out of the wrist, that shoot lasers and things like that. And a
Like
lot of
Exo
this stuff,
Manowar or something.
right. And a lot of this stuff is very, it's very GI Joe, right? Like where it's not actual bullets, it's lasers. So
Lasers.
is the stuff that's not gonna hurt you, so to speak. But in the world, it'll obviously hurt you. But I didn't want, we were talking
For
about
kids.
the world has changed. Yeah, it's for kids, and I don't want to be accused of showing all this gratuitous violence, and it's not. It's just basically what we grew up on, right? Like GI Joe, Cobra. Like they used to
Right.
hit each other, and we never saw blood. It was just
Every time they shot the plane down, they always parachute out, no
Yeah,
matter
right,
what.
parachute. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of stuff. It's not. It's
Yeah,
never.
man. They shoot at each other for an hour and never hit each other. Just be talking
Yeah,
to each other. Yeah, bye.
yeah,
Lady James.
exactly. It's all
Yeah, I
lasers.
love
It's
it.
all like little lasers, different color
Yeah.
lasers.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody hits anybody, but they shooting lasers, and everybody just running.
Correct.
Right.
You see
So
blue
Yeah.
and red lasers shooting.
yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of that stuff. It's the stuff that I grew up on, right? It's the stuff that I like to watch as a kid and stuff like that. So that's what's in the pages.
Man. Looks like a lot of fun, dude. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. No, and listen, the artists did their thing, man. The artists really did their thing. I
Yeah.
I basically I designed the character, so I drew the character out, and then I'd send it out to my artists who are in the Philippines. Big shout out to they used to be called Big Cat Studios when I hired them. They're 9 Live Studios now, and they've done an amazing job. They have a lot of amazing artists out there. And so they hooked it up, man. They really hooked it up. I told them what I kind of wanted, the aesthetic I wanted, and they
Right.
just ran with it. And this is what they came up with.
And this is just what you were thinking.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice.
Like I didn't want him to be too muscular. Like you see, he's very like, you know what I mean? Like there aren't any like superhero muscles on him. He's very,
Right.
It's very cartoony, and that's
Average
exactly what I
looking.
wanted. Yeah, exactly. The power is in the suit, not in the person behind the suit. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of that. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and what you see here is what you'll see. The amount of as much as like his limbs getting cut off. I mean, he's an alien.
Yeah,
So like, that's like the extent of what you're going to be seeing as far as like, oh man, that's
Yeah.
I feel like kids today. This is nothing for kids today. You know
That's
what I mean?
nothing, bro. We see that on Tom and Jerry. That's
Right.
nothing. Yeah, man, that's tight, man.
Yeah, and then what you're seeing here is just chapter 1 of like an 8-part story. So you're not really spoiling.
Okay.
Seeing it.
Okay. And this right. So this is part 1.
Yeah.
And this would be the physical comic. Would be this one part would be
So
issue.
no, so part 1 is actually 4 chapters. So it's 88 pages. So what you would order, Stu, like when you go online and you go order the book, you guys are getting an 88-page graphic novel. Is what
so this is a graphic novel. Yeah.
So this is chapter 1, but I call it part 1 because the graphic novel is broken up into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So each
Right.
part is 88 pages long. So yeah, so you are getting a decent amount of pages to read there.
Right. 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 Yeah, man. That's a nice sized book, bro.
Yeah,
Heck
man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
$88.
And
I can get with that.
when
And
is
free shipping. Can't beat
the free shipping you got Stu right there.
can't beat that.
Um, so when can they expect the second part?
So the second part is being worked on right now. So each book has 4 chapters. What's going on? Each book has 4 chapters. So that's 22 pages each. Right now, the first 4 are in this book. I did a crowdfunding campaign, a Kickstarter last year for the rest of the book. And in that Kickstarter, I offered chapter 5. So chapter 5, 6, and now the guys are working on 7. So 7 and 8 are being worked on
Nice.
now. So I'm hoping to have it by next year at this point, depending on how quickly they can get it done. But yeah, I've been getting like just pages coming in for chapter 7. So I'm very close to the end. We should see the second part next year.
Man, that's exciting, bro. So guys,
Yeah,
man, check
yeah.
this out, bro. Y'all can get in and let me yo, Raw Talk, I just sent you the link, bro. Yeah, guys, go on right now, go on anyoneworld.com and find this book. Find these books. Go on, get your meds, man, and check this out, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Get
I'm
this
working.
right
I'm
shit.
currently actually working on other things that I also want to write, like other stories that I want to tell. As a creative person, you just want to you just don't stop. You just don't stop writing. You don't stop creating.
Nah,
You know what I mean? Like these are books that I
absolutely.
did and I finished. I'm very proud of the fact that I finished them. But I feel like, all right, let me see what else can I work on? What else am I gonna, work on as far as just stories that I want to tell. And not to say that these characters won't continue in other stories, because obviously I have stories for those characters as well. But I do want to put out other things that I'm working on as well. So that, and I'll have more information on that as soon as I work on it some more.
Will you be doing any like a shared universe with your different titles?
That's not the plan for it, but
Right.
but they could. I mean, I never base anything on like Earth. So like even the Rust story that takes place is, I appreciate that, Paul. The Rust story is in another planet. It's not even Earth. Like if the characters, you see that
Right.
they look a little different. They're not
Right.
exactly, humans, so to speak. And then Wonder Duck obviously takes place in another. So could I merge those together? Sure. Kind of like
Yeah.
the duck, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. I don't have a plan to make them one universe, but you never know. You never know.
That's right. It could work. It could work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
Crossover. And that's the
Heck
other
yeah.
thing. That's the other thing I've and I've talked to some of my creative friends about just doing crossovers with Wonder Duck and like some of their characters. Like
Right.
I actually have a story with a buddy of mine, John Coates. Big shout out to him. He goes under Psycho Art on Instagram, and he's got a character called the Bionic Caveman. And we did a crossover, like an 8-pager, real quick, that he drew. So I'm trying to release that, but I'm trying to get more stories together to release something like that, where Wonder Duck could cross over with other characters. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
have an adventure together on their own. So yeah,
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I was gonna ask about if you had any sort of crossovers with any of the Anyone World.
not with the Any One World guys, but that would be kind of interesting. See, my thing, and listen, we love growing up. We were talking about that. Love the X-Men. Love the Marvel and the DC stuff. And right. I just feel like, but also growing up, Stu, we were talking about that. We love the Disney afternoon, right? And I feel like I write more for like the younger audience, because I feel like if they don't get involved, if they don't start picking up comics, the comics that we love and the fact that there are comics will eventually go away, because the kids, we will just die out. You know what I mean? And
right,
there will never be anybody else to pick up a comic and say, hey, I'm falling in love with this comic. So hopefully my comics are the gateway into the stuff that we read, because I like to read, some mature, stuff too. But I feel like we need to kind of like, write something for the kids also, so that they can get involved and they can start reading comics and continue.
Absolutely. I'm super down. I love the idea of some kid centric stuff, because everybody, we need comics for everybody, man. And that's the beauty of comics, is that there is something for everybody, literally. Sada, welcome.
Thank you.
What's up, Sada?
Hello,
What's
hello.
up?
What's going on?
We're just talking to the homie right here, Jorge Medina. He's created this super dope comic book universe, man. Well, at least a couple of comics so far. Maybe a universe coming down the line. But that's what's up, man. Very exciting stuff. I don't want to keep you. I know you said you had to go by 8, so we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange Part 3. Do you want to chill and hang out? Because we're gonna talk about time runs out.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It is the incredible and smartest woman in the world.
Wow.
Oh my big statement. Wow. It's creepy, man.
Somebody is happy to see Sada today. Sada. Sada, you
got
there, boy,
many
somebody
fans.
out there appreciate you. So that's a good thing.
Many
Doctor
fans.
Strange.
Let me drop that out the way.
Is the movie gonna be? Is it going or now? Because you know how Marvel do. We'll get the rumor. There's a writer's strike right now.
Oh yeah,
there's a writer's strike. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
I can't see that movie for a couple years, especially with the strike right now. So
yeah. It's a long ways away. But the new rumor that we are talking about is that Doctor Strange will adapt the Time Runs Out storyline. Now, this is and loosely, obviously, it's a dope storyline. We know this is the MCU, so we know when they adapt a comic book, it's very loosely adapted. But this is a 2014-2015 comic book storyline by one of the best, one of my favorite, writers in all of comics, Jonathan Hickman. So the according to the Cosmic Circus, first of all, Marvel wants to adapt the elements from the Time Runs Out comic event, okay, for the Doctor Strange 3 movie, which is believed to be in development despite no official announcement from the studio. If true, Doctor Strange 3 would begin immediately after the mid-credits scene in 2022's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, where we saw Strange heading into the Dark Dimension with Clea to fix an incursion that he caused. And the upcoming threequel or final in the trilogy will reveal that Clea is part of the Black Priest, which is a multiversal organization that is headquartered within the space of 2 dead universes caused by an incursion. When we talk about these incursions, man, and they talked about it in Multiverse of Madness, they so barely touched on it. But you really got to get into Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, okay?
Which was a dope one.
It's absolutely, Stu, it's fucking mandatory. If you didn't read this, you're not doing comics right, okay? I've said that before. I'm telling you right now.
That's true.
You're not doing comics right. You got to get in it.
And you know
it's Jonathan Hickman, bro.
Hickman has a way of writing things that makes you think. Like in the in that story arc, he talks about how powerful Doctor Strange is, and it's like Reno said, they don't dive into it in the movies, and Hickman gives you that Strange is as powerful as Kang. Like he's up there with Kang,
one of the Illuminati,
because of because of what he can do and how powerful he can become, and all the incursions that's been happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe would give us maybe because Doctor Strange even said it when he fixed Spider-Man. He was like, look, everything's coming together, and we saw it about to blow up, but he fixed it. But even then, Marvel, when they, like Reno said, when they loosely base it on a comic, it makes you mad when you're watching it because you want them to go there. It's like, all right, they're about to go there, and it's like, hey, do it, So that's
but like,
that's
what
we're gonna, But I really wish that they would just let Jonathan Hickman write a script, and they just do it, and they go from there.
No way.
It's interesting that what you guys are saying about like when they loosely base it, because if you think about Civil War was nothing like the comic. It's similar, but not exactly what it was.
Not even.
Micro,
And when I say similar, I mean it had the name Civil War in it, basically. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah. But
right.
the idea was there.
Yeah, like loosely based.
Yeah, loose. Like same thing with Secret Invasion. The reason why that show didn't do as well or didn't hit us the way it should is because I feel like they strayed too far away. And it's like, if you don't have the pieces, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna do the Avengers, then don't do it. And that's the thing. Even with when you guys talking about, because I've never read that run that you guys are talking about, which I am going to have to do that because I definitely want to check that out.
You gotta read it.
I feel like if they don't do it right, that's one of those. If it's that deep, that's one of those that they're really gonna mess up. You know what I mean? Really mess up.
And that's the thing. Like that's like with Flashpoint, you know what I mean? Like when you have a big arc, a big event, you know, and they're gonna try to fit it into a 2-hour movie, they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna leave a lot out. I mean, you can't expect it to be a total adaptation. Right. And when we're talking about time runs out, that's just a small that's an event within the pages of the Avengers and New Avengers run that Jonathan Hickman did from September 2014 to 2015, centered around a countdown to the final days of the Marvel universe, as well as the decay of the multiverse itself. The whole thing is coming to an end, and they've got the Illuminati is employed, and the Illuminati is like the real Illuminati, not the one that they put in the movie, but Namor, Panther, you know what I mean, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, you know, the top guys. But Doctor Strange 3 is, you know, theoretically would reveal that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is dying due to multiple incursions, including the one caused by the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. So the threequel would also like reiterate how much of a threat Doctor Strange is to the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Second only to the Council of Kangs, like Stu was saying. And while it is unknown if Marvel plans on having Kang appear in the film, you know, or if it'll be Jonathan Majors if they do, but you know, Doctor Strange 3 will serve as a direct preamble to the Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah, then they don't have a lot of room for error. So they really have little room for error. I'm always worried when they want to like adapt, because they don't really adapt. They like pick and choose elements, I guess, that they like, and then they just sandwich it together, and it doesn't really like work. I think like that's why it was mentioned earlier, but like Secret Invasion, for me, it didn't really work. And even Civil War to an extent, just because the ramifications from the comics, it wasn't nearly as explored in the movies. So I don't know. Since it's leading into 2 really big Avengers films, maybe it'll be different. I hope so. Right. But you know, as it stands, they just don't have a good track record with these big stories, and trying to put them into film.
That's right. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I mean, you know, I think a lot of this comic books, period. Okay. Movies were never the medium for comics. And that's just my opinion. Comics are episodic. Comics are shows. Yes. Okay. Each comic book is an episode of a larger. You cannot cram a fucking comic story into 2-hour movie, just like you can't cram a story into one comic. A comic is just an episode of a larger story. We know that. Like a lot of you might not get that. They might think a comic book is an open and shut story, but 9 times out of 10, it's part of a larger story. Yeah. So I think films are, you know, I guess it was the right move at first to give the popularity, but I think now they should start moving into more like high-end scripted shows.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem.
Not the crappy ones on Disney Plus.
I know, but see, that's the problem. That's all we're getting, and I don't even think there's like room for them to do something high budget, because all we're getting is 6 episodes of these major stories on Disney Plus, and it's like, well, we were better off getting a movie for Secret Invasion, like, you know.
Those little miniseries are no different than a movie.
Yeah, and it's just not. There's not enough time. Like maybe the Daredevil series will be better because that's going to be 2 parts, and it's going to be. I would say no. But yeah, like hopefully the Daredevil thing is a little better, because that's going to be like 18 episodes. But you know, we'll see.
That looks good.
I think the length of the episodes is also a problem. Like
30
minutes. 30. They say it's like 46 minutes, but like 16 of that is like you know.
It's credits.
It's credits.
Yeah,
right? It's
credits.
Like, it's credits. Yeah. It's like, what are we doing? The thing
recaps,
is, like, you know,
right? It's credit. It's them Right.
recaps and credits and
there's recaps, dumb
title
stuff.
screens.
Them
Raw
talking
talk, what's
about
good?
something dumb for
Hey,
20
what's
minutes, for
going
10
on,
minutes.
everyone? How y'all
What's
doing?
up, man?
Hello.
Good to meet you.
Hello,
Well,
Sada.
I'll talk.
Nice
I'll
to
talk.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, and Mr. GetYourMeds.com. What's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you.
Fabulous
I like
Stu
that
and
name. I'm telling you,
Mr.
I
Reno
like that
himself.
name.
What's going on?
I like that, man.
That name, Get Your Meds. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah,
People
get your
think, yo,
meds, man. I like that. Yeah.
you selling drugs? I'm like, nah, man. Like comic books is my drug. You know what I mean? So if you wanna get some meds, which are my comics, then go for it. Go to Get Your Meds.
I was gonna ask you what see, I told you, bro, what you doing, man? Come on, you got the link. Come on, Black Hero. Come on, man. Come on, hop on. Right from the job, wherever you at. My man in Viral Earth, sorry. I would love to see a Spider-Man live action series. Hey, movies don't allow the character to be fleshed out. A Spider-Man show like Smallville or Flash would be great.
Nah, that could be something.
Yeah, they could do it.
You know, not to go off topic, guys, but like he mentioned Smallville, and I remember being a big fan of the show. I remember loving the show because I thought they did a really good job of developing. Like, you had time to develop this character, and I think that DC dropped the ball when they were putting out the Superman movie with Brandon Routh, where they could have just took one and what's his name, Tom Welling, and just bring him into Superman and make him. I think that movie would. I don't know if it was because Tom didn't want to do it, but I feel like that was a failed opportunity for DC to really make Superman that much. Not that he needs to be greater, but I think the fans of Smallville would have definitely gone to the movie theater. Watch him, become Superman.
Smallville was huge at the time. Like, it was one of the biggest CW shows. So, like, I agree, they really kind of dropped the ball with that. Maybe it was out of their control, but like,
it's so true, dude. It's
that Superman was supposed to be a continuation of the Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
so that's why they kept it that route.
Yeah, and I think that might have been a mistake for them too. And I feel like I feel like Marvel's falling into that same thing where they dropping the ball on stuff. You know what I mean? Where they could be taking advantage of certain things, they're dropping the ball.
With all the writers' strike,
and Henry was dope though, man. I think Henry was the best Superman so far. They're going to be hard pressed to get a better one, in my opinion. But we'll see.
I mean, the writers' strike, Hollywood is consolidating. The way I see it, they're consolidating. They're looking at, they don't need the heavy weight of 1,000 writers for one story. I think they're trying to shrink, and a lot of independent writers and producers, they should go independent. I think that's the only way you can really survive moving forward. With the internet.
Like with music, with entertainment, period, music, anything.
Yeah, so you'll probably get little movie houses to where they have licenses for certain characters, and then the families of those artists who created those characters can be in on it without being shut out, like the MCU. I mean, there's a lot of artists that's not getting paid off these characters because they changed the characters around. Like Thor, their costumes, their personalities, they changed them all around so they don't have to pay royalty.
Yep.
Right.
So it's something like that going on.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. I don't know.
I don't think
they've
been shelved for now. I think they've been shelved for now, and they're gonna come out with something later, but they're gonna reboot it and they're gonna do something different or have two different people play the characters. Because if they were gonna do something with it, they would have did it already. And
they would have probably
those shows
announced
weren't
it.
as big as Daredevil, but they were big. They're just not as big as Daredevil.
And the casting was pretty good, so
Daredevil's raw.
It's kind of a shame.
Daredevil on Netflix now.
They made that Luke Cage series. It was good. It was good for what it was, but they made it more of a black exploitation, which in the comic is black exploitation style, but they didn't put too much seriousness into it, like it did Daredevil.
I'll say that the second season definitely was way more like exploitation. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second season didn't hit me like the first one did. First one was really good, but the second one was just like, all right, come on, we could do a little better than this.
I wanted to see the full Serpent Society as well as the Wrecking Crew, you know, stuff.
Yeah,
Wrecking Crew. Oh,
not like the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
That was
no.
That was gross.
Even though that She-Hulk technically was like the comic.
America was pissed off at She-Hulk.
And listen,
but it just
I don't get it. Honestly, bro, I think She-Hulk was a good show. I think it was a good. You know why I think it was a good show? Because I think it mirrored the comic. It was goofy. It was fucking. It wasn't serious. And it was a closer adaptation than a lot of their shows. And I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Whether you liked it or not is one thing, but if you like the comic, you like the show.
No, I mean, I like the comic. I don't like the show.
All right, so what did you find was different, or what did you not like about it?
I think it was.
Why did you think it was different?
I think it was poorly written, like across the board.
Well, I agree. I agree with you on that.
Was like her personality. She was not a likable character, and she's fairly likable in the comics. And I just feel like what they tried to do, it just didn't work. And then they tried to slip some messages in there, and it was very heavy-handed. And it just did not work for me. Like there was just many aspects of that show that just did not work. But that's me. So
I definitely didn't like what they did with the Hulk.
Let me tell you, what everybody's been saying about Seda in the chat is 100% correct by what you just said right now. I agree with you 1000%. That show, and that's to me, you know, like that's where it failed in the writing, like in the writing. They
I agree on
so
that.
much. They could have done so much with that guy, and I was excited, man. I was like, yeah, She-Hulk, baby, let's. But when I heard that the people in the writing room didn't know how to write law.
Yeah, it was like
I was like, wait, what?
What are we doing? Like, you
don't know how to write law. Like, this is like, and I get it. And I never read the comic, so I don't know like what it was supposed to be like. But if you're trying to attract the person who's never seen, who's never heard of the character, never read the comic, if you want to attract me, then give me something that I'm gonna be like, ooh, I want to know more about this character. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem, because like if you're just like, trying to compare it to the comic book, and is it a close adaptation? Did they keep the character what she was supposed to be like and all of that? I'm just agreeing with Raw Talk that they did do that. As far as the writing, the story, and all of that, no, I mean, all that was crap and all of that. But but like you're saying, Jorge, if you didn't know about the comic and you didn't already have an opinion, or you didn't already like the comic, you're just coming in not really knowing about it. They did not do a good job.
No, you did it a disservice. It was a disservice to the comic if you did.
It was. I mean, I think that
if you look at.
Go ahead, Stu. No, go ahead.
If you look at if you look at successful shows, since you're talking about writing, look at Grey's Anatomy, right? Mm-hmm. They got people to write stories about the ER and everything that goes on inside of a hospital. But I know they had to have references and people that knew. They sent out researchers. Grey's Anatomy was on what, 19 seasons?
Plus, about to be 20.
So and it kept you entertained for that many seasons for one reason. It was the production, it was the music, it was the stories, it was the way they had the characters interact with each other. And like Reno says all the time, you got to make characters that people care about. So if you want to introduce, this would be Disney's chance to introduce new characters into the She-Hulk universe, but they didn't. And these characters could have interacted with her, and we didn't have to do anything from the comics. We could have got something totally new. But like you guys said, the writing failed because they failed to be creative. That's the problem nowadays. The creativity is gone. These writers now are lazy. They
don't love the material.
Something. Right. And they want to pull from something and just put their own spin on it. Anybody that's a writer that's out there listening, stop putting a spin on other people's stuff and create your own thing.
That's why
E.T. was such a good movie. E.T. was such a good movie because it was original. Star Wars, because it was original. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back, original. Indiana Jones, original. It was
sequel trilogy,
original
trash because you tried
to expand on something that we already built. And since Kathleen Kennedy hates and this is true because Mia Reno knows she hates the original trilogy characters, and she keeps saying, "Oh, they gotta die. Stop killing them off, and just say, all right, we 65 years past them.
Yeah,
we got all new characters, all
leave
new
Luke
story,
alone.
right? All new story. We know Luke's legacy, and let's just
Where my
move on with our
at?
lives. Yeah, yeah. Well, we can't just move on with our lives. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Star
because
Wars
I mean,
been...
like it's just so bad. Like, how many reports have we gotten where they're like, we didn't pull, like, not even, you don't even, if you don't want to pull from the comics for whatever reason,
right.
Okay, but it's like you're not even looking at what was already established within your universe. So you're creating these plot holes and all of these issues out of nothing just because you simply don't want to do the work and look at what came before with characters like the Hulk. Like, we didn't even look, I mean, what came before was not really that good in my opinion, but you didn't even like stick to what came before. It almost felt like a retcon for a character that we just finished seeing. Like, I just, and then we skipped over stuff with him, and it's just like, I don't know. It was crazy.
What did you guys hear about that? What was it? Somebody, it was like the writers of what, I don't know if it was a movie, weren't allowed to watch the episodes of WandaVision.
Yeah. It was,
what was that?
Oh God, what was it? Was it Multiverse of Madness?
It might have been Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. Where they didn't let the writers of Multiverse of Madness watch the WandaVision show. It's like, how do you not let them watch that so they can understand what it is you're writing in this? So that's why I think that's why Wanda was so disconnected between the two.
Disney's doing that because they're doing the same thing at Lucasfilm. They literally said that they purposely hired writers that knew nothing about Star Wars to write these shows. And it's so fucking obvious when you watch the show. It's like, that was not a good move. I don't get the logic behind it, man. But I'm not gonna get it.
I get it.
Maybe with the MCU.
It's Kathleen Kennedy. Remember when she first took over, she said that none of the books were canon, none of the stories were canon, none of the YouTube videos that people made that has to be approved by Lucas Arts in order to be put up on YouTube is canon. None of that's canon. We're gonna start from right here, right now, and we're gonna go. And that's why they hire people that knew nothing about Star Wars, because she wanted to take it in her own direction. If you're gonna do that, just be creative.
Yeah, man,
and be creative.
And don't let your agenda run the story. But raw talk, man. Go ahead. You've been trying to say something, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking that with the MCU, the reason why they probably did that because they made an excuse in the beginning, multiverse. So it can be at any point, any time. It can be a totally different story. The characters
do whatever they want,
totally different because they know they made a clusterfuck of everything. So this is what we'll do. We'll say it's a multiverse now. We can do whatever we want, and that's it. You just have to take it or leave it, and it's the wrong way to go.
And we cool with that. We cool with that, raw talk. We really cool with that. But it's like I said before. Don't say you're gonna base something on a storyline, and then you give it to us, and then we're like, all right, and then you get it right there, and then it's like, we're gonna go straight left. We're just gonna make a straight hard left on you, and then this is what we got. And then people are like, oh, come on, man. Like that, because we waiting to see that. We waiting to see the representation on screen. Give it to us.
I think that's why She-Hulk and Secret Invasion disappointed me so much, because the marketing gave me one thing, and when we watched the show, it was just something completely different. I'm like, okay, I'm not really feeling this, especially since you marketed a spy thriller. I'm not getting spy or thriller with Secret Invasion. And then, you know, She-Hulk was supposed to be like a law, I guess, comedy, fourth wall breaking type of thing. And part of it was, I guess, but it was just kind of bad for me. So
it was like, what are we doing?
It was just a big Marvel ad.
It was Sada. It was like this, and you might be a little too young to remember this. Actually, he gonna tell you. It was like when they hyped us up about Al Capone's vault. And Geraldo Rivera, we heard that for like a month. They were like, yeah, we gonna open that joint. We was like, what? And they opened it up with nothing in it. They opened it live on TV. Yeah. They had blow torches and everything. They cut it open.
Geraldo.
They had this big, And Geraldo's like, damn, we get to see what's in the vault. And they opened
it. You heard his heart drop, bro.
Bone dry. Yeah, it was bone dry. Wasn't nothing in there
We
but
heard
some
his heart
dust
drop. It was sad.
and some
He
and
was
some
like,
mice
oh.
bones. It was, yeah,
It
he
was
was like,
like a
well, we
sheet
have
of
some
paper in there or
bones.
something.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
That's all that was in there.
yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's what it's like. It's like opening Al Capone's Vote live on TV.
Well,
You get us there, you hype
the
us up, you give
Kenobi.
us nothing.
It's like the Kenobi trailer. I thought the
Yeah.
Kenobi show looked fucking great, bro. I was like, this is gonna be peak, and it was trash.
Or even
Garbage.
or the Boba Fett show. For me, the Boba
Same
Fett show
thing.
was another one that I was like, wait, what did they give to the Boba Fett? Like, holy
I'm like,
cow.
Boba Fett is that guy, bro. Like Boba Fett.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Boba Fett show,
Real
oh my
talk.
god.
America. Real
You know
talk.
the
Listen
thing.
to me. America was mad about that. Not just you. America, mainstream America, white America, black America, Hispanic America, Chinese, everybody
Yeah,
in America
dude.
was mad
Boba Fett.
about that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
You know, the Mandalorian was originally pitched as a Boba Fett show, but but they didn't want to like risk the character of Boba Fett on this experimental show. So like, no, but you could do like a Mandalorian nameless, you know, thing. And so that's how they did the Mandalorian. And then it was, you know, obviously a runaway smash hit. So like, okay, let's do the Boba Fett now.
Yeah.
Garbage. Fucking grandpa Boba Fett. I mean, it was just
dude.
the Teletubby goofy ass.
People call Teletubby. Yeah, people call them Boba Fett.
What do you call Vespa scooters? Why do they have Vespa scooters? Candy job?
Yeah, when they had the Vespa scooters, that's when I
was
like, all right, it's going really downhill. You know, and Cad Bane can't rescue them. It was just like
there's nothing
even Cad Bane couldn't.
Right. Yeah,
and that's the
code.
code.
Tatooine wears colors. Nobody has.
Right.
They all have.
Everything is tan and gray and brown out there.
Tan and gray and brown, right? And then here they come with red, green, and blue.
Maybe that was Kathleen, Kennedy's version of I was in France on a Vespa, and I'm gonna put that in there. My experience.
Exactly.
Listen, I can tell you exactly what it means. I can tell you exactly what she meant by it, but I'm having a good day, and I don't want to go there right now.
As far as adaptations, man, Doctor Strange. I don't want to get too far because I know a lot of people are trying to check this out. And listen, this Doctor Strange storyline is dope. And this is another great storyline that they're gonna fuck up. But I want y'all to check out this story comic side. You know what I'm saying? I want you to go read the comics. All right. But from what I've been told, Doctor Strange has been sought out by a multiversal organization called the Black Priests. According to our sources, Clea is a member of this organization. The Black Priests' headquarters will be in the nothing space of destroyed universes, which exists within the space of two dead universes caused by that incursion. And it will be revealed in the film that the multiverse is dying, and the cause of this decay is a result of the incursions happening all across the universe. Jonathan Hickman, Avengers and New Avengers. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. But please go read Jonathan Hickman, Avengers and New Avengers. The storyline in between is called Time Runs Out. You can actually just read they have graphic novels for Time Runs Out. Some of the dopest shit in comics. This guy, Jonathan Hickman, like Stu was saying, it's the type of writing that makes you really think. Makes literature out of comics. It's true, like deep sci-fi, like real sci-fi, like, you know what I mean, like quality, man. And yeah, bro, the House of X, Powers of X storyline, the X-Men joint, that's by Jonathan Hickman. That literally got me back into comics after like 25 years of I haven't bought a comic since I was like 13. And 25 years go by, like I'm walking in comic shops my whole life, but I never really buy anything because I kind of, it's something I did as a kid, and I never really bought anything, but I always had an interest in it. I'm telling you, bro, Jonathan Hickman, House of X, Powers of X. I read that shit. No, I saw a YouTube video about it, and it seemed so dope, bro. And I went and got the first one and I read it. And I'm like, this shit is incredible. I never read no shit like this, bro. This is a comic book. This is better than some novels that I've read. And I got the whole series, man. And that's how my collection started. That was 2019.
Damn.
All this shit you see behind you is from 2019.
Wow.
To now. Like everything my whole collection, I started collecting comics based on that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Jonathan Hickman is phenomenal. And if they do this movie based on You know what I mean?
Yes,
I was so excited about Multiverse of Madness because the Illuminati, because of this Jonathan Hickman story. This, you know what I mean? Like they teased us, bro. They try to, they gave us Professor X. They were like, oh, we're gonna have the Illuminati, and she wipes out the Illuminati in like, you
2
know, 3
minutes,
seconds.
dude. That was like, what the
Garbage.
hell, bro? Yeah,
No,
crazy.
bro. No,
Guys, I'm
no.
gonna have to go. I mean, I can stay here and talk to you guys about this
Yeah,
stuff,
no, I
bro.
know
But
it's 8 o'clock, bro.
thank you so much for having me on, man. I appreciate you guys.
Anytime.
It's nice meeting you guys. I'm gonna follow some of you. I don't know, I haven't seen all your handles, but I'm gonna follow you on Instagram and all that other stuff. But if you guys want to check out the website, check out the comics. Thank you so much for having me on, and we'll chat soon.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for coming, man. We definitely appreciate you. Guys, check him out. His
yeah.
comics are
Thank you for
also on
coming, man. Thank you for your time.
anyoneworld.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Cool, man. Later,
All
guys.
right, brother. Talk soon.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Peace.
Yeah, man. No, that's a solid dude right there, man. Jorge Medina. Shout out getyourmeds.com. Dope books. But yeah, man, Doctor Strange, bro. Time runs out, bro. I was excited, but again, I was just as excited about what you call it, Multiverse of Madness, and they completely dumped on it. So I was excited about Flashpoint, and they completely dumped on it. This is another one of my favorite storylines, so I'm really kind of like it's bittersweet. It's like I'm excited, yeah, they're gonna make one of my favorite storylines, but it's like I know they're gonna ruin it. Oh man. But Stu Dog, man, we got some unboxings to do. We got some unboxing.
Let's get it.
Shout out to the homies, man. Crazy Visions Comics. Wait, let me get it because he always throws in hell of graffiti and dope little art. So y'all remember the homies, man, from Crazy Visions Comics? Look, he threw a bunch of. They got those are our boys, so we're gonna have you guys can get their comics through us and all of that. My man said, hey Reno, thank you as always, homie. We are grateful. Prepare yourself for the Scummy Kids. So this is the Scummy Kids, man. This is their raw talk. I know you ain't seen these yet. Let's just sit out. So they do these dope ass comics, which I got one on the wall back there. But these are like obviously Garbage Pail Kids, inspired. You got the Scummy Kids with Junk Flex and the Filth and Dirty Dough right there.
Dope,
and on the back, they got little parts, little pages or little comics.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you guys can get these.
Nice.
You can get them through me or through them on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah. Do we put the link up?
Huh? Yeah.
Can we put the link up so people can?
That's what I'm trying to get.
Can do some shopping. Can do some shopping.
Let's well, they don't have. So they haven't created a website yet, but you could definitely, you know what I'm saying? Just DM them directly on Instagram, and they will hook you up. And let me see. You go to Crazy Visions Comics. Boom. And y'all already know. There it is. That's the book. The book is phenomenal, man. The art rather is just crazy dope. I mean, I love when an indie comic comes with the artwork because honestly, I think the biggest challenge for indies is the art. I mean, the writing is always phenomenal, usually, but these guys definitely got lucky with some a dope artist, as you can see, real lucky. But yeah, man, it's hilarious, bro. Their comics are funny as shit. They're hip hop based. I mean, hip hop centric. I mean, you see caricatures of Rick Ross and Drake getting pissed on, and it's a trashy 6ix9ine right there. That's them on the back.
Yeah, they comics are dope, man. The artwork is phenomenal. The stories. And these guys are also very creative, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
They have they have an imagination that they just let run wild in their work and their comics, and you can see it in the things that
Yep.
they do. They're and things like that, man. We should be excited about. We're getting something new. We're getting something different. We're not getting the cookie cutter same old thing, and it's good to have it's good to have people do stuff like this because it keeps the genre fresh. Keeps the
I mean, it's
comics
hip
fresh
hop
for
and
us.
comic. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hip
you
hop
can't
and
go
comic.
wrong. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
That's our deal. That's how we get down.
That's how we get down. Yeah.
The yo, we was talking about what do you call it? Enter the Dragon, the 30th anniversary on Saturday. Stu, you might have took off before we started talking about that.
Nah, I was listening to it while I was getting ready, getting that. But yeah, and the Dragon was the
Yeah.
joint, bro. I can't. I gotta go get that. And it's
You
remastered
don't
to the
have it?
fourth, man. It's
Yeah,
4K.
4K.
Nah,
Yeah, Blu-ray.
I think it
Yeah.
comes out. I think it comes out tomorrow. I think it comes out tomorrow. But I'm not sure. I think the digital copy is out already, and the physical copy. I got to have a physical copy. I'm sorry.
It's available now.
Yeah,
They have a 4K restoration from Warner Brothers and is now available on Blu-ray and in 4K UHD wherever movies are sold.
Well,
Nice.
yeah, I'll be at Best Buy tomorrow picking up my copy. That's actually one of my favorite movies by Bruce Lee, man. That Enter
Oh,
the Dragon.
it's got to
Chinese
be.
Connection was
Yeah.
good. Chinese Connection was good, but Enter the Dragon was probably
My favorite
that
is
was really
Return of the Dragon. That's my favorite. That's the one where he fights and
Return of
kills
the Dragon was
Chuck in the
Chuck
Coliseum.
Norris. Yeah.
Because he wrote and directed. Bruce, that's the only one Bruce Lee wrote and directed and completed was Return of the Dragon. He wrote it, directed it, acted in it, completed it. It's the whole joint. The other one that he wrote and directed but didn't complete, obviously, was Game of Death. I think me and Raw Talk was talking about we saw it's like a 4-hour documentary about it. Only super Bruce Lee geeks fucking would sit there and watch 4 hours worth of that shit. But I watched every minute of it. Every minute of that shit. Yeah, man. Enter the Dragon
was dope too.
Yeah, bro. Enter the Dragon, bro. 1973. So just like hip hop, you know what I'm saying? 50 years. You know what I mean? Just like hip hop kind of came out at the same time. And it remains one of the most iconic martial arts films, obviously, and definitely inspired every fucking action movie or martial arts movie after it. Video games, you name it. The whole aspect of the tournament with fighters from different places and different cultures, you know what I mean? That whole thing, that's all based on this movie. And obviously helped elevate Bruce Lee into legend status because he died right before it came out. So when this movie came out, it was like this guy's already dead. Like it was very Bruce Lee like came onto the scene of fucking a mystical legend, bro. You know what I mean? Like by the time anyone really knew about him, he was already a Tupac. You know what I mean?
He was like a comet, man. You watch him, you're in awe, and then he's gone, like that. You know, you're like
burned out bright as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was reading this article. It said that this movie almost subverted a problematic Hollywood trope. It said, arguably Enter the Dragon most potentially subversive element ended up not surviving the final film. What he said, Enter the Dragon almost subverted the infamous black guy dies first trope with his protagonist as Jim Kelly's Williams almost survived the entire film. Behind the scenes negotiations resulted in his fate being swapped with another character, leading to his death. So still in the film, the film itself serves as an important stepping stone in black cinema. As Williams, fan favorite performance in Enter the Dragon led to his expanded career and, for the globally ranked fighter, Jim Kelly, man. And Enter the Dragon sort of focuses on, this tournament, right? Where this crime lord has all the You know what I'm saying? He's like a rogue Shaolin monk, and he's like this. He's straight out of a comic book, man. You know what I mean? Like that shit. And people from numerous walks of life arrive on the scene from different cultures and all of that. And with the film largely focused on Bruce Lee, a fellow student of Han's former school. But the other combatants include you had the Vietnam vet Roper with John Saxton, and then Williams was Jim Kelly. Yeah. And yeah, man, while Lee is focused on bringing down Han and exposing the criminal operations, Roper and Williams are for like more morally gray as far as their what they're there for. But both men are more curious than driven, and use the early stages of the tournament to sort of hustle cash out of the prospective gamblers.
Yeah, because Roper, he being a hustler in debt. America to go, you know, because his whole cash flow was done, you know, and he had the mafia after him, so he had to split. And then Jim Kelly, you know, he was chosen, you know, and then he was about to be stopped by cops, like the normal going nowhere to Hawaii. I mean, going to via Hawaii or whatever. Like, nah, you know, and he was like, he knocked him out.
Thailand or something. Yeah.
Took the car and drove off. I was like,
yeah, jumped in the car and boned out. Dog. And then we got Bolo. Bolo Young's debut.
Well, second henchman, right?
Yeah, Bolo was his was like his right hand dude. And then but yeah, man, that movie is like mad. But even in modern cinema, the black guy dies first trope is so prevalent that films like the Blackening can set themselves apart by fully exploring and subverting it. But Enter the Dragon almost refuted that cliche, almost decades earlier. Williams being given a chance to become a soldier in Han's army, only to remain firmly free of corruption, and ultimately defeating Han's most dangerous minion, would have been a dope arc, I think, for the character, and I think would have been way cooler had they stuck with that original plot line, man. Instead, his death primarily serves to bolster the dangerous potential Han possesses ahead of the, you know, climactic showdown with Bruce Lee, where he, you know, fights him in the mirror room and all of that. But you know, the fact that he's portrayed in a genuinely complicated light made him a more compelling character too. You know, it wasn't just a cut and dry, you know, just a cookie cutter, like Stu says. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love those movies, man. I'm glad they're remastering them and bringing them out, because if you buy the original, the DVDs, and you put them in, you get the black bars. So it's cropped, because your player is really
letterbox.
You know. Yeah. But it's cropped sideways, and if you got the letterbox, you just got a big square on your screen. So I'm glad it's coming out, because now I can add it to my collection in high def and do what I got to do, man. I'm definitely going to get me some popcorn and watch that. Turn the surround sound up. Yeah, I just hope that they were able to restore the sound, because I do notice in some of the movies when they do put them in high def, I guess because they weren't recorded. Maybe they weren't recorded in a higher resolution sound or higher bit rate sound. The sound suffers. The picture will be good, but the sound will suffer.
Yeah, but that movie made way for Mortal Kombat. It's just like a direct type of, you know, knockoff of
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
Street Fighter. Yeah, don't forget that. What's the one? Kumite movie with
Bloodsport.
With
Kickboxer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not Into the Dragon. What is it?
Last Dragon.
Last Dragon. What's this? It's another one. Oh man, it's American Ninja.
Oh, Michael Dudikoff, yeah. My favorite ninja movie was Revenge of the Ninja, the Shogazuki.
Yes.
That was shit.
That was hot.
Yeah.
And
I like
that was
Ninja 3 to Domination.
Ninja 3 to Domination. Yes, yo.
I'm
trying to get it out. Yo.
He got a new You seen the recent one he got, Shogosugi, where he's like the bad guy. He's like an old dude, and it's like a ninja. It's a like I guess it's supposed to be like a, you know, a sequel or something like that in that universe. It's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
it's dope as fuck, bro. Imagine, you know what I'm saying, the shit they can do now, you know, compared to back then. But that shit was still the shit. But also, I just found out that Terminator and RoboCop are not only linked in the same universe, but Terminator is a direct sequel to RoboCop. Through continuity.
A few days ago.
Actually
a few days ago. Wow. Yeah, I read that. A few days ago, I read that. I was like, what?
How'd they pull that?
No. Hold up. I thought the Matrix was after the Terminator, right? So
the Matrix, yeah. I mean, if you go by, you know, the mother of the Matrix,
yeah,
and all of that, but the connection, the extent of the connection between RoboCop and Terminator blew me away. Actually, being a direct prequel. RoboCop is 1987 film about a Detroit police officer named Alex Murphy who's killed in the line of duty by a gang of dangerous criminals. And rather than allowing Murphy to die, the mega corporation Omni Consumer Products revive him as a now superpowered cyborg called RoboCop. And soon afterward, RoboCop proved to be a nearly unstoppable asset to the Detroit Police Department. So not only that, he proves to be a legitimate hero who stood up against corruption. And even when that meant gunning down the very company that created him, for all the good RoboCop does throughout the franchise, it can't compare to the horror his existence brings upon the world in this Terminator comic book crossover. I'm talking about the comics, where it's the comics, I mean, always going to be better. But RoboCop versus the Terminator, #1 by Frank Miller. Yeah. You got to check it out. And Walter Simonson. Fucking brilliant, okay? A human rebel of the future uncovers the truth of how Skynet was really created. Alex Murphy. Yeah. So Murphy's human mind that was merged with the software upon his rebirth as RoboCop was eventually married to Skynet, which created a chain reaction that made Skynet self-aware enough to effectively eliminate humanity in an event that Terminator fans know as Judgment Day. And not only that, but the physical form was essentially the blueprint for the original Terminator design, meaning RoboCop's existence led to the development of Skynet and its development of Terminators, confirming that RoboCop is indeed a prequel to the Terminator. And not only is this incredibly creative approach, their crossover, as opposed to like a simple versus book one-off, these two franchises do fit perfectly as you know, one big one in terms of tone and like meta criticisms. Obviously, RoboCop film took a definite, firm anti-corporate stance with a message that, you know, spoke, you know, against corporate oligarchs and shit like that. Very much like Skynet, you know what I mean? Very much like Terminator, the message being more pronounced, obviously, you know, but, you know, humanity inventing the means of its own destruction by creating Skynet. But first, you know, allowed a greedy company to effectively design the first Terminator when it created RoboCop. Plus, to make the entire situation more interesting, the story is actually canon in the Terminator universe, in at least in one of the branch universes, anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, dog. I was like, what?
Go back into it.
That shit is dope.
I wonder would they even go far enough to bring that back in a movie form.
I would love.
I can see it.
RoboCop or Terminator?
I would love to see that
whole premise, that whole connection, that part where he is the beginning of the actual Terminator, his components, that whole thing.
I want to see it happen. That's the way I am.
But I think they would reboot it before they even think of putting that together and making that like a connected thing. They would decide to just reboot the separate franchise, and it would fail. Because
Terminator, that whole shit went to shit. RoboCop, you know what though? Like, I don't know. I gotta rewatch it. I only really watched it like a couple times, maybe one good solid time. I got the DVD. That's what I'm looking at. But the RoboCop reboot was not that bad. Like, I didn't think it was bad.
Don't listen.
Early.
Listen.
Don't.
You have better things. You have better things to do with your life.
That came out in 2014.
I rewatched the old Terminator. Bad. It did not age well. Let me just say,
but first Terminator, I think it's still good. Yeah, you know, I think
I'm not Terminator. RoboCop. I'm talking about RoboCop. Fucking Terminator. RoboCop.
The first RoboCop, yeah. The second one, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
One, yeah.
I'm talking about the root. Yeah.
The first one, yeah. The second one, no. Second one is kind of like it's kind of gimmicky, and it's an okay watch, but I'm worried on that one. The first one is still phenomenally good. Peter Weller did an excellent job with the acting. The story progressed really nice.
One of the grossest scenes where they hit the dude where he's melting in acid and they like
he just falls apart.
Wow. Gore was A+. Yes.
Stu Dog.
Oh,
that's my part of town. Okay.
So
what's up, man?
Stu Dog, we want to talk about Jersey. They said, I seen this. I was like, oh, we got to talk about this because they said the top 10 best New Jersey MCs of all time.
And I disagree with that whole list. Not the whole list.
I gotta see what I want to do.
I don't like to get into.
Let's see the list.
I don't like to get into the whole.
All right, that's 10.
But I can tell you one. Right, I can tell you one thing.
Rest in peace.
Whoever made
the artifacts
has no business making a list about New Jersey MCs, and they definitely ain't New Jersey.
All right, well, let's see what they got. All right, so the Outsiders,
right. Slang tongue.
Outsiders, Outsiders, but
Lakim Shabazz. Hold on, Stu. So far, so good, bro. Tell me what's going on. So far, so good.
I know what it was. I'm gonna keep it a buck about the Outsiders. They were one-hit wonders. They didn't last long.
The Outsiders?
They don't have a catalog. Yeah, they don't have a catalog that people sought after. That you could say, well, the only reason why you could sought after their stuff now is because the CDs don't exist. Because people either throw them in the garbage or throw them out their window when they got them. But listen, they had a vibe. Listen, I'm keeping it a buck. But they had a vibe. But it just it fizzled out too fast.
Real talk. Go ahead.
It was there, and then it was gone.
You said your piece.
Yep. These my
don't backpedal.
You know what I'm saying? Slang, tongue, all of them. Those my peoples. Around the way, everything, right? So
I don't know them.
So now, if there was no Outsiders, you wouldn't have Eminem rapping viciously the way he does.
Oh, that's
he was in Newark. He was rhyming with the outs. Then you had Rod Digger, one of the illest and meanest MCs. Period.
Not just a female. Period.
She is. I give Rod Digger. I love Rod Digger. I got every album she ever made.
Is pivotal, and Pace One. They still do their thing. Young Z, they still do their thing, and they're dope.
Do. But listen,
I mean, if we're going off a catalog.
But hold on, Rod Dog. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. They were there, and then they was gone. It wasn't like they got a catalog.
They still here. All right, well, let me see what they wrote. They wrote
came out with that we could say as a group, individually, like he just said. Like, see, he proved my point. Individually, you can give them all their props, but as a collective, you like, all right, what happened? Like, we started off good, and then we just fizzled out. It's like Czarface. It'd be like Czarface. Czarface is a rap supergroup. Everybody knows that. But they got how many albums? They got a whole catalog. They got at least 6 albums that they put out. 7, I think. If you count the one EP, that's not an instrumental.
Yeah, but I know you're not saying the amount of albums makes the rapper good or bad. We know that. No,
it's not.
Biggie got
the amount 2 of albums. It's the but wait a minute. Biggie got 2 albums, and I'm gonna tell you something about Biggie. Biggie might have 2 albums, but Biggie's sophomore album was a double album. That's how versatile.
Okay. Even then let's say he got 3.
Well, we can get controversial about Biggie too, because word around he jacked somebody else's style and ran with it.
I don't give a damn who Styley Jack. If he ran
No.
with it, you should put it out.
He
You
ran
should have put it
far
out
and
first.
wide with it.
Even though he was
ran.
right.
Wait. So because then you can make the argument for DMX and K Solo. How DMX always talked about he was the first one rhyming and spelling at the same time, and that K Solo
they
bit
was
his
locked
style.
up together.
He
They
always
was
say
locked
that.
up together. They was locked up together.
You're right.
So
But guess who did it first?
Right.
But guess who did it first? Yeah, but guess who did it first?
The one who got out of jail first.
The one who got out first.
Exactly. Guess who did it first?
Shout out to K
did it
Solo.
first. Yeah, shout out to K Solo. But guess who had the more prolific career? DMX put out 5 platinum albums in 5 years.
Well, it's no denying that X is definitely was definitely a superstar. Period. You know what I'm saying? He had his own demons, 100%. But and if you want to go personal with me, I mean, I love Big, but I think DMX was way better than Big. You can quote me on that because creativity, energy.
That's no raw talk for me. I'm a music fan, so when I hear that, that's your opinion. I respect that. Listen, we can disagree as long as we understand where each other coming from.
Yeah,
like, I understand. I understand.
I mean, I love Big too. I named my son after
sit there. Right. I can't disagree with you about that. But what I can say is I like them both equally. But because for me, Biggie had a style that was so versatile that Biggie can make you feel any kind of way. Biggie can make you feel tough. He can make you feel sad. It's just the way he bought it. DMX was just 100 miles a minute on the microphone, and he got you hyped.
Oh no, but he can also make you sad.
DMX got some slow joints.
And DMX could also make you feel real. But you know what else DMX could also do? He could make you feel powerful. When he did those praying joints at the end of the album.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what you call yourself in this world. Everybody liked those joints that he did at the end of every album when he say those little prayers. Everybody liked those joints, man, and they was powerful, man. They were moving.
True.
All right, let's not get too far on Biggie and DMX because let's get back to this
Let's go back to Jersey. Let's stay in Jersey.
Lock him to Baz.
Let's stay in dirty Jersey. Lock him to Baz.
You know what I'm saying? Poor righteous teachers.
He don't get no credit. He don't get no credit.
He don't get no credit, but he should.
He gets no credit, and nobody talks about him when they talk about hip hop. Nobody
Chill
talks about
G.
like Shabazz. Chill Rap G. They don't talk about him. Rod Digger. She's a pioneer.
Joe Budden.
Female wise,
Come
she
on.
can out rap anybody.
Already.
Right there, that's the mistake. That's the mistake right there.
Joe Budden.
Rod Digger should be.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden can rap.
All I gotta say about him. That's all I can
say.
Budden can fucking rap. I'm not even gonna front. He an asshole and all that, but he can fucking rhyme. There's no front on that.
Oh, I mean,
that's all I can say about Joe.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
I like Queen.
Classic.
I like Queen, but Queen was commercial.
UNITY. Hey,
she was commercial from day one till day. She was commercial from day one.
No, she wasn't commercial from day one.
Nah, B.
She could go hard.
Native tongues.
Go hard, but her albums were all. It was mostly.
Well, after her first All Hail the Queen, then it got commercial because she started showing that she can sing as well, and people.
She wanted to be an actress too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Trying to branch out.
Cool. She had to expand. No, I get it. That's
Lauryn
cool.
Hill,
but I still
definitely nice.
Lauryn Hill, man.
Let me tell you something about Lauryn Hill.
It's hard with Lauryn for me, man. I had a relationship with Lauryn Hill, man.
Lauryn is the best thing singing wise that came out of New Jersey, besides Whitney Houston. Keeping that,
bro. She's one of the best.
She got a cult following. Let's keep that real. And
she's my favorite.
She got
my favorite female MC.
She dropped the album tomorrow.
Female MC.
She dropped the album tomorrow. Internet I'm keeping it a buck.
It'll go triple platinum. It'll go diamond.
Redman number one.
Redman.
But yeah,
Redman. I can't.
Who's number one? Redman.
Redman
was number one. Redman was number one. But see when you go between Tretch and Redman, they got styles that's just so unique. You know they from New Jersey.
Yeah, Tretch is dope. Tretch is underrated as fuck. Tretch was he's part of a pop group. Naughty by Nature was a pop group.
But
man, I can't let you get away with that.
I disagree with that.
Naughty by Nature was a pop group, man.
No sir.
They were pop rap.
No such a
thing. They were every one of their joints. OPP, Hip Hop Parade, Ghetto Bastard.
Those were anthems.
Needed that. Those were anthems.
They were anthems. They were great, but they were commercial as fuck.
No, sir.
They were
No such a
commercial.
thing.
They were
No, sir. No
commercial
such a thing.
compared to what
No.
was coming out at
No.
that same time.
Mm-mm.
They were commercial.
You ain't.
Nah,
Well,
They
listen,
were radio
listen,
friendly.
You ain't
Because
listen. You
also-
They
ain't
were
from
little
New
radio
Jersey.
friendly. That's all I'm gonna
You
say.
ain't-
They were
you-
little
well,
radio
well,
friendly.
on the East Coast, all that was running
no.
back then.
It was
All
just
of
the
it was
radio
running.
like those songs. They wasn't radio friendly. It was just the radio like those songs.
But if you
That's
think
all it
Yeah,
about
was.
it, back
it
in
wasn't
the
my
day,
shit, man. I was more
were
grimy.
running
Yeah,
it
it
like
wasn't
that.
grimy enough.
now you
It
say
wasn't grimy.
Naughty by Nature, was it? Oh no, we can't.
Naughty's
It
Go
wasn't
not
grimy
pop.
enough for me.
It was super
Maybe
grimy.
Oh,
it
no,
wasn't
no,
grimy
no,
enough
Naughty?
for me.
Tretch.
Tretch,
Nah,
Tretch
It
is
was
grimy. And
Tretch
he's
is
grimy.
Tretch
You know,
Tretch is
he
grimy.
put grime. He put the
I
grime.
didn't say Tretch. I said Tretch was part of a pop group. Tretch by himself
Tretch
is hard as fuck.
man. And then
Tretch
you
is a
got
grind.
Vin
Yeah.
Rock. You know, he got
I don't
bars.
see how they
Again
was
by
popular.
themselves,
I don't see how
but
they
the
was
group
popular.
itself, they were promoted, they were pushed by their label, hits and radio friendly stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying individually they weren't real MCs. 100% real MCs. I don't take nothing from them.
I would say they were real
listen,
MCs
listen,
for pop
listen.
stardom. They had pop stardom, but they were real MCs because, you know,
I'll give you that.
For the three,
Yeah, I'll give you. That's
maybe
what I'm.
pop songs you would classify. They had the rest of the album was just hard.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm gonna go a step further. Real talk. You gotta look at Naughty by Nature.
This is one of my joints,
Wasn't-
though. This is one of my joints.
Naughty by Nature was like this. They was hard, but the stuff that they came out with at the time was so new and innovative and ahead of its time. Because you got to think about how Tretch came.
I want to get
Tretch,
cut off.
when he bought it, Tretch bought it lyrically. He bought it.
I want to
lyrically.
play this
And
verse
then
so bad,
beat-wise-
man. For
And
y'all.
then beat wise, they had beats that made you either want to dance or made you just want to sit against the wall and shake your head or something. But they were never commercial. It was just that the radio grafted towards them because at that time nobody could do what they did. Nobody could even duplicate what Naughty by Nature did. And they weren't trying to be commercial. It just the radio just was like, yo, that OPP, come on, man. That OPP, everybody was like, damn, the beat, because it was that Michael Jackson.
Big radio hit. Big radio hit.
Yeah,
Big radio hit.
This is what
Big radio hit. Smash radio hit.
Pop rap star. Your biggest pop rap star was influenced by Jersey, period. Eminem was influenced by Jersey, period.
Yes.
Especially Tretch. He tell you any day. Tretch.
Hey, another great example of a pop act. Eminem is a pop act. He's a real MC. I'm not gonna take none from his hip hop credibility.
Well, don't say pop.
Slim Shady was a pop act.
Say commercial.
Pop is kind of crazy.
Pop sounds wild. Commercial,
I mean,
that's
commercial is better.
Commercial pop to me. Pop just means popular. I don't think it. I don't mean Britney Spears.
Oh, you gotta
just mean pop as in
pop is a
popular.
whole genre. So like, you gotta specify. That's a whole genre of music.
Let me clarify. I don't mean pop as the genre. They're not. I don't mean bubblegum pop. I mean pop as in Billboard charting fucking popular music. You understand?
Okay.
That's the difference. Hey, say what you want. I stick to my guns. I'm telling you.
Word.
That shit. Right. When Slim Shady came out, I thought it was the DJ doing a joke rap. I thought it was the DJ doing like a fucking fun joke song. I swear to God, I had no idea that it was a legitimate.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
The first time I heard Slim Shady, I seen the video. And I was like,
I was opening up for Lil Wayne at the time. So for me, it was like, I was like, oh, this motherfucker here. Okay. Okay. You know, but yeah, man, it was a fun time.
But look who Slim Shady had behind him, Dr. Dre. So he had a dope producer. I don't care. And I say it all the time. I don't.
Dre said, "Listen, you can
as long as you got a dope producer who making dope beats for you, you're gonna be all right."
And it's not only that.
When your production is
not only that,
you ain't gonna last.
He could, because look, M could have got with any producer, and they would have gave him dope beats, and he would have did his thing, and he would have been a mid-level, that white rapper who's good. Dre said, "Listen, no, gear your shit to white people, make them connect to them. Don't rap about the hood, rap about the trailer park, rap about this, rap about that, rap about shit that mainstream can relate to." Right? They put out the Slim Shady album, and fucking history was made. The highest selling shit of all time because he related to white America.
But they also had a machine called Interscope.
And that was a plan. Interscope too.
Machine
Yeah.
called what?
The Interscope machine was just too
Bro.
big, huge.
Yeah.
And Dre, and at the time, that's when you had a lot of younger white kids who are grown now. They were listening to rap. They were listening to rap music.
And that shit grabbed them. They were like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
For me, the shit sounded like Big Bird. I
American
couldn't get with it.
And you had a lot of
African
payola
American
back
community
then.
where we'll go in the African American community and real talk. You know, listen, you go up North Jersey, you go certain parts of Central Jersey, South Jersey, you got a bootlegger selling bootlegs. Now, those albums don't get counted as sold. So when you think about it, Eminem, his audience, they going to the mall and they buying that. They download it off of Apple Music. So he getting his numbers is getting counted. Whereas you might take somebody up against him, like let's just say, I don't know, Naughty by Nature, where if you go downtown North, it's a bootlegger down there with, 100 your CDs.
So what you're saying is that
machine,
him being the highest selling doesn't really, like, he might not be the highest selling really because we don't count all the sales.
We don't count all the sales. So think about that. Bootlegging was big back then when M came out, man. People, man, you could go get his album. Look, man, I got them in them. That's a bootleg, my man. Oh, well, it worked. That's what jokers tell you. It worked.
Hey, all I want to say is, have y'all heard the fucking Melly Mel? Raw talk. Raw talk.
Yeah,
man. Yo.
I heard it, man. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna leave that alone. I can't even mess with that. What about Why Is Intelligent? Why Is Intelligent?
Hold on, don't try to skip over Melly Mel like that. Don't try to skip over. Melly Mel came with it.
My thing is,
let me know. Hold on. Melly Mel came with some shit from his era. Raw talk. What you was gonna say?
Kick the ball.
I was thinking, man, like a lot of MCs from different eras, they have their own way of doing things. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a showing. If he would have kicked this back in 80, 82, hands
murdered
down.
him.
Yeah. But
what I say, and I text that very thing to Stu last night.
Yeah, man. But
that's exactly what I told him.
Just like we can say, I don't want to hear Rakim rapping like he's now, on the beat. I want to hear
a fucking cadence,
microphone fiend Rakim. If he does anything new, that's why I didn't really gravitate towards Ra in the 2000s with his albums, because I was like, I'm still off that microphone fiend, that rapid fire, just hitting them
like the R and shit, the 18th letter.
Same with Kane when he was dropping double entendres and flipping his tongue and stuff. I was like, nah, Kane, that ain't you.
Right.
Not that hard Kane stuff. Give me that raw. And but a lot of the older guys think they have to come into the new era rapping like the newer era. You don't have to.
Right. Don't rap like them. Rap like you.
Don't try.
Rap like
and
you.
Don't sound,
do you? I say it all the time on this show. Rap
so
like
when Melly Mel was doing him, it backfired against him because you're going up against a guy in the era who's also a witty, crazy lyricist.
Yeah,
and he
you listen to some of his lyrics,
Melly Mel. They should have not let Melly. Melly's friends should have stopped him.
Yeah, they should have said, "Nah,
should have stopped him.
Just stay in your lane, Mel, and just make the checks."
Yeah, bro, you can be the guy in the back
with his songs in it. Recently, just get those residuals, man, and chill. That's all,
bro. And maintain your status as a fucking pioneer, bro, because you're always gonna have that respect. You don't have to say shit. You don't have to say shit. He don't.
See, Melly Mel has more of a slower. His joint is more of a slower. It's like he's talking, but he rapping.
Well, I mean, it's a different era. Like Raw Talk said, it's from a different time.
I mean,
now
the era is different with the music. Right, the era with the music is different.
Cass was getting at M. That'd be a different topic.
Right.
You're talking different.
MC,
Cass is a real
Grandmaster Cass
rapper, and he kept his shit elevating. Like I think Melly still raps how he rapped in '85, but Cass fucking kept evolving.
But with his own style evolved.
But see, that's my point. There's nothing wrong with the way Mel rapped in '85 or '83, '82.
Nah, back then that was the shit.
It's just
broken glass everywhere.
First of all, he had no people pissing on the stage. They just don't care.
Don't care.
I can't take the smell. Can't take the noise, got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice. That shit is dope. Rats in the front room,
that was
roaches in
the
the
first
back,
fucking.
junkies in the alley with the
That was the
baseball
first
bat.
story
Come on,
from the
brothers.
hood right there.
That was ill. Tried to get
Yeah,
away
bro.
because I couldn't get far because the man with the tow truck repossessed my car.
My car?
I just know when I heard
My favorite part is when he be like, my son said, "Daddy, I don't want to go to school because the teacher's a jerk. She must think I'm a fool.
I'm a
If the
fool.
kids smoke reefer, think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. Dance to the beat and jump on my feet, wear a shirt and tie and run with the creek. Cause it's all about money. Ain't a damn thing funny. Got to have a job in the slang of milk and honey. Bruh, pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sew her arm on again. Stabbed that man in his heart. What? Bro, listen. That shit was hot. It's hot now.
That was the first quote unquote conscious rap right there.
Yeah,
right.
that was.
Right. Yeah. Use that terminology.
And the first, like, you know, newscast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yo, I had to bring this out because I seen your t-shirt. Can I see a little bit of that? Can you show me your shirt, man?
Oh.
That shit is fucking whoo. Dog, I need that. I need that.
I got you.
Bro. I need that. That's the damn Wu-Tang Forever right there, Cobra Forever.
Yeah,
that shit fucked my head up. Man.
But yo, what Melly Mel, when he was battling and he said supper, I knew it was over after that. Like, these young kids don't know nothing about the word supper. I was like, oh no, you messed up with the old terminology. You messed it up.
That was it. It's like Nas. You gotta learn from Nas. If you want to diss anybody in a diss track, you gotta learn from Nas. Nas said, I went up on the roof of my building. I smoked the L to the head. I put the headphones on, listened to that beat, and I just went ham on it. And he was like, I came back downstairs and I had a classic. You know what I mean? And that's how you got to do it, man. You can't just. I think he just was trying too hard, man. Just stated the basics. Do you?
I'm gonna give y'all a clip.
Brain is like cat, destroyed like a meteor hit it. Up with Melly Mel, he lost his asteroids. Why you hurt? Why you mad? Now you look bad. Like a roach just crawled out of your book bag. In a pack clad, you lack class. Go to bed with no supper, cause you gotta suffer the backlash. The top 5 is cap. You the piss that's on the floor. In the elevator of rap. Why you ducking on the game when you shit on my name? Why they put Pee Wee Herman in the Hall of Fame? I would give you a pound, but I break your hand. I got a lawyer so white, he will take your land. Yo, check your man, come and look at your brain, cause I think that Eminem is popping pills again.
He said, I think Eminem was popping pills again. Yeah.
Oh man.
He has some jabs, but
yes,
he said was funny.
It's the presentation. Raw talk.
Yeah.
Really
it wasn't. It's from a different.
Now, if he came out rapping that to that message beat, oh yeah, he got Eminem now.
Oh, that's what he should have done.
Thank you.
He had somebody that's going to bring it back to the message. That beat, and you go crazy on your own beat, and then now you're getting people talking. Like,
think about when Ice Cube did the remix to Check Yourself. What beat did he do it to? He did it to that message beat. That joint hot. You like check yourself. He was like, damn. Yeah, man, he did it to that message beat. We was good.
Yeah,
you still got the type.
Bro, he went crazy. You know,
yeah, man.
It would have overlooked. It was just that beat was just so basic in a sense where it's so airy too. It was an airy. Because then he would have been comfortable with that track because he did that track over 40 years, 50 years, right?
Yeah.
So he's comfortable with the track. He knows when it breaks. He knows when he can add. He could,
Yeah, he could do his thing. Just like he was like, my brothers. Remember, he was like, my brother's doing bad. Stole my mother's TV. So she watches TV. That's not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the sugar rate fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone, scare my wife. When I'm not home, that shit is hot, man. To that beat, it's hot. It's hot to that beat.
Diddy made kind of money off that beat. You know what I mean?
You telling what? Man, listen, Diddy.
These
Not
lists
only did
always
Diddy make, man, please.
these lists always make me laugh.
Oh.
15 best rappers of all time, and then you look at some of the pictures who you see up there. We got Flavor Flav, we got Megan Thee Stallion, we got Drake. These are funny. No, but their list is like, it's got some heavy hitters now. So number one though, they got Tupac already. They fucking up. Notorious B.I.G. is 2, Eminem is 3, Jay-Z is 4, Nas is 5, then Kendrick Lamar, then Rakim, then Lil Wayne, then Ice Cube, then Snoop Dogg, then Kanye, then Andre 3000, then Dr. Dre, and then LL Cool J, and MF Doom comes in at number 15.
That's a weird list because that's somebody who just wanted to please everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
And then they wanted to kiss the underground's ass. We going to throw in MF Doom like that.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
MF Doom had a style. His style was straight up.
And then
Doom
you got
style.
Kanye. He had co-writers. Did they have Drake up there? No Drake. Good, because he had a co-writer, right?
Right.
Who, Drake?
Fucking
we know Drake.
Dre had a
Dre had fucking we know.
Drake definitely got a quote. Yeah.
See, I think Jay-Z and Eminem wrote some of Dre's shit. I know Snoop wrote his shit back in the Chronic era.
So Kanye and Dre should be omitted into a category of rapper producers.
Producers, right?
Yeah.
Even though Kanye hates that connotation,
well, he got to live with that.
But he got to live with that because he does not, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not on a Dre level. He's definitely more lyrical than Dre. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kanye got some fucking bars.
Kanye omitted himself off of every list by saying, "I'm just a genius." That's it.
Yes, I mean, you know, Kanye.
You know? Yeah, that's crazy list, man.
Yeah, that list is wild.
It's weird. They just want
It is.
Yeah, it's like they threw it up there for controversy and also to please everyone. You got somebody for everybody on here.
Yeah. Well, Pac is more the soul. He's a soulful dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't the greatest lyricist, but he had super soul and energy,
passion. I mean, passion. That was his. Yeah, I felt like he exuded fucking passion and charisma, and then, you know, Big definitely had that wordplay, crazy wordplay.
Eminem,
syllablist. I call him a syllablist.
So now, when they say lyricism, I'm talking about where's the Most Def, where's Pharoah Monch, one of the great Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you got
KRS-One,
got Nas,
you got lyricists out there, man. I mean,
you got some guys that bring it. Yeah, there's some guys that'll bring it to you lyrically.
Yeah, I mean, people sleep on Ludacris. People sleep on
Roscoe.
Bro, they do.
Yeah,
but people really think Luda is like a fucking, you know, a commercial dude. But
Ludacris is always nasty. Razzcast
is so ill. He got two sons out there killing it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, like.
Yep.
Yo. I don't know,
Wayne. You got a fucking Ice Cube. You got Snoop. I don't know. Yeah, Snoop. I don't know, bro. Like Snoop, the shit he was saying on Doggy Style and all of that was crazy. I was like, this guy is fucking crazy. I don't know what really happened to that sort of flipping lyrical style that he had. It really didn't follow him after that album. Like I heard it a little bit. I heard it on the Chronic for sure, but the Dogfather and all of the shit after that, Snoop never, for me, never hit that.
It's like he was flipping his lyrics over and over in different ways.
Yeah.
And in the middle, he spit game, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Because you know what, Snoop, I think for Snoop, it's the production. When he was with Dre, the production was different. It was better. And when he left Dre, the production went down.
I felt like he was young and hungry.
Get into it. And I was getting ready to go there. Yeah, he was young.
He was young. He was feeling himself after Pac died, and he went and ran the No Limit and all of that. He was kind of like freaked out by all that shit. He beat the murder case and all of that.
True.
It changed him.
Got with Pharrell though. That one album, 2 albums he did with Pharrell was pretty decent.
Yeah, they had some cool tracks. They had some cool tracks I liked.
Stuff, some smoothed out stuff.
Yeah. But again, not that, you know, SNW, you know what I mean? That you know what I mean? But let's see, LL Cool J and MF Doom.
LL should be up. I mean, personally, he should be up. I mean, there's categories.
That's another lyricist.
Yeah,
he should be up at number 1, if anything, to me. Like in the way, you know what I'm saying? Like L done it all. He been in battles.
I mean, as far as the guy that been there the longest, yeah.
You know, I mean, he been in battles with his another rhyme animal. We forget in New Jersey, Cannabis.
Yeah, and he and LL, you know, he definitely kept his relevance the longest. Being able to put out a song and nobody being like, this guy again. You know what I mean? The new LL track, you'd be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, so he definitely is one of the only ones that kept it going that long, kept reinventing himself. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
I've been here for years.
Yo,
definitely.
You know what? L had a lot of beef. L had a lot of beef with a lot of jokers and
ate all of them.
Remember him and Cool Mo D? Looking at it.
Oh,
and he was like,
to the break of dawn.
Remember he said I took it. What he said? I took your album cover. I took it straight to the bathroom, something like that.
The chicks on the cover or something like that.
Yeah. Because remember, he had his chick on the cover. Yeah. They say, hey, and now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I read an article a few months back. They said that she is still the chick that did the cover with him. They said she's still built like that, and so they did a 2023. They did a 2023 photo the same way, the same thing. She had the same dress. She could fit this. She said, "I still got the dress that I had when we took the picture, and she could fit it." They said she's still stacked like that, man. She's still a brick house, and she's what in her 60s, something like that, 70, close to 70.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. It's you can punch it up. It's an article. I read it. I was like, man. I was like, damn. They did a 2023 version of that, and
wow.
So she still look good.
That's dope. That's crazy though. I had to see that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, punch it up. It came up on my YouTube. I mean, not my YouTube, my Google feed. I was like, dang. LL had a lot of beef, man. L was another one that remember him and Cool Mo D had beef for a long time.
Yep, him, Ice T, Cannabis,
MC Shan, Cannabis.
Shan,
beef with Shan.
Yeah, what's up with these guys? Shan just came after Nas. Fucking Melly coming after M. You see Shan? Shan didn't write a verse.
Shan get high, man. Shan get high again, man.
Shan's getting drunk. Something. I don't know if he getting.
Shan need to check into the rehab, bro.
Damn.
Fuck, man.
I guess a lot of dudes say like Nas don't show love back to the older heads or whatever. I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, he does. Nas has definitely mentioned Shan a few times in his music as if he was like his mentor or like his favorite when he was a kid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And for him to do this 50th hip hop thing, and it's clear that you didn't put Shan on the roster because the rest of the fucking industry doesn't recognize Shan, and so Shan is mad like you didn't make them put me on. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like he don't have that kind of power. He doesn't run the fucking
Juice Crew. You gotta think if you bring Shan, you gotta bring the whole Juice Crew.
Well, he could have brought him on. He could have brought him on with him. He could have on his set. Like when he came out with him.
Rap could have brought him on. Shantae could have brought him on her set.
Anybody could have brought him on. He could have came on. So it was weird. I thought it was weird that he didn't have Shan. I did too. I was like, yeah, Shan ain't, because when Shan was like saying what he was saying, I was like, he not really wrong though. Everybody in the comments was like, Shan bugging, you wilding, da 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 da. And I'm like, he not really wrong about nothing he said though. Like he didn't lie.
Sparked it off for Queens.
100%.
As far as
spark it off for Queens. Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Queen, besides Mobb Deep, he put Queens on the map. I mean, I ain't gonna even say Mobb Deep. Besides Run DMC, he put Queens on the map.
As far as the hood level, where this was going on, percolating in the hood, the beats, the battles with KRS, stuff like that. Yeah, Shan was that guy. Queens Bridge. So
you
don't have that guy. Yeah, he gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, you gotta.
It was wild of Nas,
respect, and you gotta pay Shan his homage, man, because he did pave the way for a lot, and he was one of the most famous MCs to come out of Queensbridge. Keep it a buck. I mean, you can't take that away from him, man. It wouldn't be no Mobb Deep. Like Run DMC, they were from Queens, but they never rapped about being from Queens.
It was from Hollis. It was from Hollis,
Queens. It was from Hollis, Queens. Shan was the first one that came out talking about Queensbridge. He was the one that put Queensbridge on the map. He put them on the map hard.
The bridge.
So that's the difference between Shan and all the rest of them. Because now you had Mobb Deep came out of there. Nas, but he don't really rap about Queens. Nori, but he don't really holler out Queens like that. Mobb and Shan, they did that. Yeah. And Mobb and Shan, they did that. That's dope. That's dope.
What you know? Got him. The ill got him. One of the most sought after figures. This is crazy. Y'all don't even know. This is like one of the most sought after figures in the line right now. Yeah, and it's crazy. He's a nameless, anonymous troop, soldier.
Builder, yeah.
But bruh, one of the coolest looking figures they ever had. When 3.75 days in the 80s, man, this was one of my favorite dudes. I liked anybody that had a ninja type mask. They had just their eyes showing. It was dope to me. Like, as long as it fucking was ninja. Yeah,
we was obsessed with ninjas in the 80s.
In the 80s, it was all ninja everything. Ninja.
It was all ninja everything. Ninja magic, ninja cereal, ninja throwing stars. Yeah, people walking around with ninja throwing stars, just walking around.
Yeah, to hit somebody. I had plenty.
Yeah. So if you was walking and somebody stole your pocketbook, they throw a ninja star at them. Blah, blah, blah.
You go to the Chinese gift shop.
Go to the Army Navy store, buying tabby boots and all of that. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Then you had the one with the belt buckle, where you could turn it, take it off.
Take it off, throw it. Ching.
Got to go to school with that.
Shout out, help! They stole my pocketbook. Got him. Ching.
We be a full-on menace. That's what I'm hearing. Full-on menace.
All you had to do is hit him in the calf, Sada. You hit him in the calf, they fall down. You got him.
Oh. Cut the Achilles tendon, son.
Yeah, that's all you had to do.
Punch him in the nose bone. Kill him instantly, son.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you needed. Remember the karate gis? People was walking around.
Bro.
They had the karate shoes.
I was in martial arts like ever since I was in kindergarten. I've been in martial arts my whole life, so we was there. I mean, wearing the gi and all of that. But to me, it was funny. But yeah, bro, it was mania, bro. It was ninja mania in the 80s, kung fu, and again, man, Under the Dragon, bro, started all that shit. Bruce Lee, man. Shout out to Bruce Lee. But yes, the eel. You know what's crazy? The eel is like a crazy, like, people are, so the deal with this figure right here, guys, is like it's really hard to get. They put out a few of them. It was an Amazon exclusive. They only put out so many. They made a very small amount, like an asshole, and they all sold out within minutes. Gone. $24.99 sold out in minutes. Gone. You couldn't get one.
They're gonna re-up
eBay now.
They're supposed to re-up
eBay now, going for hundreds.
They were supposed to re-up when they started shipping, but obviously they didn't. But they probably will re-up in a few months, like they did with the roadblock situation and all that. I just couldn't wait in a few months, so I went on eBay and found one. I can't wait. I had to get the eel, bro. But it's funny because like when I was a kid, bro, the eel was also had its own sort of, I don't know, like it was crazy. My cousin stole it from me, right? And I stole it back, and he stole it back. And I stole it back, and it was like this thing over the eel was like, and then it was a big argument about whose it fucking was first and all of that. And we knew it was mine. We knew it was fucking mine. And so it's funny because like eventually that shit ended up making my pops took all my Joes and took my mom's nail polish and painted the bottom of their feet. I was pissed.
Yo.
But in his defense, now I get it. Like, he was trying to save money. He knew that every one of them joints that got stolen by my older cousin meant he'd had to replace it. So he was like, fuck that. And to his credit, my cousin never stole another one of my jokes. Saying, but the eel started it all.
Nice.
Yeah, but the eel is dope, man. Yeah, because they have another character, Torpedo, with the fins and the scuba gear. Yeah, you got Torpedo. Yeah. So he needed somebody to fight underwater with.
Yeah.
I know people who ordered like 10 of these, bro. I know you ordered like 10 at a time.
Yeah, I just needed one. I
only need one.
I had an imagination. I just pretend that one was like 50 of them and keep it moving.
When we was kids, like, I don't know about these guys. Like, I know when we was kids, you only got one Cobra Trooper. You didn't get 10 of them. You got one. And you pretend that it was a whole army of them or whatever. You know, like these guys talking about, I had 10 troopers. I don't know about that.
Had one. No, they were lying. Because your mother would actually, like, because, even though we don't think, our parents paid attention to what they bought. And your mother like, don't you got that?
You already have that.
Why you gotta get the same one? Or if you just walked up to her with the same figure, like 4 of them, she'd be like, why am I buying the same thing 4 times?
Yeah.
They didn't understand.
And to their credit, that is fucking extravagant, man. What you doing? And that's what I'm like, come on, bro. What are you doing? You buying 11 of these? What are you gonna do with them? I'm gonna set them up in different. Are you though? Really? Are you gonna set them? Are you gonna set up 10 fucking eels with fins on, swimming in the air? Like, you're gonna set this up with 10 of these things with a guy? Like, you're gonna set up a scenario? No, they're gonna.
I think for photographers there, because I know a few of them that do the toy photography. Oh yeah, they'll set it up there. But your average guy who are not taking photos, they're army building. I'm like, for what?
Army building for your own shelf in your own room, like.
And these joints had $25 a pop in some cases.
Oh yeah,
even more.
At least. I had to pay double for this one. So
I was at a toy show. Yeah, man,
and that's bro. Now you gonna pay $100 for this. Go on eBay. You'll find maybe there's some 80, 90, but with tax and shipping, it's gonna be over $100. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Just like the Viper.
Yeah, like the Viper.
Oh, the Cobra Viper.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the 3-pack, which I grabbed. Yeah, I had to get the 3-pack. Yeah. But I'm heavy into it now, bro. I stopped pretty much. I pretty much stopped buying Legends and Black Series and DC Multiverse. I'm pretty much only buying G.I. Joe Classified right now. I got the damn Dragonfly.
Oh, all right.
All of that, bro. I the only figures I really need right now is Dr. Mindbender and Major Blood and Duke.
I definitely need Dr. Mindbender and I definitely need Major Blood, but they are ultra hard to find, man.
Expensive. Mindbender gonna run you 150 at least.
Yeah.
At least.
Major Blood. Good luck.
And Blood gonna be 100
with that one.
Yeah, he's on Amazon for like. Yeah, I think he's on Amazon for like 98.
Is he?
It's just crazy. Yeah, Blood. Yeah, Major Blood. Yeah. But I got an inside homie that might sell me one of his extra ones. We'll see.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
I had a whole.
That's their fault too, and that's Toys R Us fault. Because Hasbro Pulse should be pumping them out to where we ain't got to go for scalpers and all that. They should be pumping them out. If they going for that much,
damn scalpers.
Damn scalpers. Yeah, if they going for that much on eBay and them third party sites, man, you can. Hasbro Pulse, they missing out on some money for real.
Yeah, most definitely. But I think in the future they'll realize that they have to go direct to consumer, because like even if you're going to Walmart and Target for the figures, they hardly have them out, or people in the back take them and flip them on eBay themselves. You know, so it's like you're not getting it to the people who really enjoy these things. You know. So
exactly, man. Exactly. The collectors, we the ones that suffer, man. You know, because kids don't buy this shit.
Nope.
Kids aren't playing with these toys. Come on, bro. What kids you know playing with action figures these days? None. And when they are, they're definitely not playing with 7-inch fucking dolls. You know what I mean? Like that's a collector's item, bro. Come on, 40-year-old men is what's buying this shit. We know that.
Yeah, they want iPhones. That's all they want. You get them an iPhone, they happy. That's all they need.
iPhone, play Roblox, Valorant.
Yeah, some Roblox. Yep.
Everything is technological. You know, if it don't have a screen on it,
they like digital media. Yeah, they like digital media, man. They think that's where it's at. So that's
I mean,
the generation. I take my hat off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we had the best of it. I don't know how old you guys are per se. I'm 48.
I was born in 79. I'm 44.
All right. So we in the ball for everybody.
Except
for the young lady.
Yeah, Stu just turned 50.
Me
like 23.
I'm the same age as Nas, Biggie, and me, Biggie, Tupac, and Nas is all the same age. We all 50.
Y'all 50.
Yeah, we all.
All right. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, what you gonna do? We're the last collectors. I see it. We're the last true collectors. You know, they laid that groundwork with us, and they've been capitalizing off us ever since up until now. So it's like, after this, they're in peril. So,
it's gonna be rough.
So it's gonna be like,
because my son, he collects statues like Dragon Ball Z statues and Naruto and different anime shit that he fuck with. But he don't care about action figures really. You know, like if it's a Link, like he like video games and anime, that kind of shit.
He like really decorate around his computer, I bet, right? You got it decorate around his computer.
Yeah, that's how
my son is.
My figures are right over there.
You got the gaming computer.
My son got his Star Wars figures like that. Yeah, my son collects Star Wars figures, but he won't. Like he'll buy them, and at a certain age, when we started buying them for him, he stopped opening them. We was like, "Why?" He said, "Whoa, Dad, I'm a collector, so I don't want to open them." So we would always buy. Dope, and he got mad Star Wars figures, but he won't open them. He just won't open them. He'll put them whatever. He'll put it.
I open all my shit.
He won't open them joints. He leave them in the box. He be like, "Dad, I'm collecting, keeping those."
I have not. I don't think. I got one figure that's. I got 2 figures that's still in the package, and they're 375 small figures. But yeah, if it's 6-7 inches, those regular, the Black Series, the Legends, the Multiverse, G.I. Joe Classified, they're all modern. So I take them out of the box because I like to fucking pose them and fuck with them and shit and see what they look like and everything. A vintage toy, you're an asshole if you take it out of the box.
It depends. It depends. I gotta say, because I'm heavy in the G.I. Joe period. All Super 7.
So if you got a G.I. Joe 1984 card back Storm Shadow, would you tear it open?
If I really wanted that Storm Shadow out, yeah, I would tear it open. Because I see it as it's mine. It's mine. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. You just chop the value like by 3/4.
But see, that's the mindset of if I'm using it to say, hey, in the future, I'm going to get this money out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to me, vintage toys, if I'm collecting them, I know one day I'm going to pass them on to my kids and maybe my grandkids. So I'm going to leave them in the package. Vintage toys. That's just me.
You're going to pass them on for them to sell, is what you're saying.
To own and maybe sell. My
sons will be like, word, I leave strict instruction. You're going to sell this because there ain't no way these be in a garage sale for $2 or something. Man.
See, my son he'll keep them in the package. He'll hand them down to his son and teach his son not to open them and shit. Like, they're good. My son is good with that. He wouldn't sell them, but I get most people would definitely sell them. But I don't know, man. I know a lot of people that buy these modern toys, classified and all of that, and they don't open them. They leave them in the box. And I'm like, do you know how long it's gonna take for that to even matter?
40 more years.
And will it ever even, because they made so many? So like, I don't bother, with the modern shit. But yeah, I can understand leaving vintage toys in the package. I can understand taking them out because I take my shit out the package. I don't have nothing in the package, but I can understand the idea of leaving your vintage toys in the box, sealed. But modern shit, I don't get it.
And even with the modern collectors and they Hasbro already messed up collecting the boxes situation because they don't match up anymore. You know what I mean? You know, open you can see the other ones are closed. They
They've
messed
been
it up.
having issues with those eels too. Some of them have been coming with extra long necks. Jamal,
Yeah,
Jamal,
giraffe
you know
neck.
what? Can we get? Hey, you know what? Now that right there, that's a GI Joe aficionado right there. Can we get Jamal Quinn on? Can he come on and
It's up
bust
to
it up a little bit?
Jamaliquin if you want to come on. You already know he can come on.
Jamal Quinn, you want to come on and bust it up, man?
He won't never come
We need to
on.
email something.
We need to have a
We need
GI
to
Joe
email.
show.
That's the
This
guy.
weekend I was at a GI Joe greeting toy show this weekend on Sunday out in Cherry Hill. And
nice.
Yeah, I was deep in the crates, digging in the $1 bins everywhere, buying all sorts of Joe stuff. So that's why my spot looking.
You should have hit me. Raw talk. You should have.
I know he does, Slade. That's why I'm trying to get him on.
What happened?
He's right.
You should have hit me up, man. We could have went down that joint. I ain't too far from Cherry Hill.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he in Jersey now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in Central Jersey.
Oh, you're in Central? All right.
Yeah, I'm right in the Trenton area.
Oh, okay. So. Damn, yeah. It was right there off Route 70. The Holiday Inn out in Cherry Hill. Damn. Yeah, I gotta get everybody's math too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'll be passing through Virginia, Florida. I go different places, so it's just like, you know.
Mine's in the chat, in the private chat. Jamila Quinn, does Stu have your email? Stu, what's his email? Or Stu, you got the link. Email him the link.
You know what? Yeah.
I don't have to do it. You could do it.
I got it.
Yeah, man. Because
we want Jamila Quinn.
It was pretty cool. Me and my brothers went out there and we just went crazy. We went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
See, I would.
Yeah, my man was like, "Yo, you lucky you didn't get a giraffe neck," and I'm like, "What do you mean a giraffe neck? I didn't know that happened." But yeah, apparently some of these come with some super long.
I didn't know that either, bro. Yeah.
And another thing is the clear window for the eyes. I saw that some people were complaining that some of them are all scratched up and foggy, and my shit is mad foggy, bro. It's mad blurry, and like, I don't know. I guess that's how they are, but they should have made that plastic more clear, more, you know. But still look dope. This is something
the foggy, maybe the foggy part making.
What happened to Stu Dog? I don't know what he must have. But yeah, and you could never take off the helmet of the original eel.
Yeah, true.
Just part of his head. So this is cool.
Yeah, they had the giraffe necks because there was the issue with the ball joint or whatever, the setting and stuff like that. This one guy showed it on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the bald head and beard. I forget his name. Viper Island or Island Viper. Island Viper. That's his name. Yeah. But yeah, man. Heavy in the GI Joe, man. That's why I'm trying to shrink my collection because, you know, my favorite superhero is Batman for DC and for Marvel's the Hulk. So those are my two favorite. But I'm also looking for like a Lou Ferrigno Hulk, and they haven't made one. So it's just like, you know, so I can have a definitive Hulk and a definitive Batman, Adam West.
Yeah. I would love to see it.
Yeah, man. I got
a nice Hulk.
Yeah.
Fucking Jamila, I meant Slade. So listen, Jamila said maybe next time. Think they might be winding down now. We are, and I'm not sure what happened to Stu. I think he'll get back on here in a second. But I want to do like a G.I. Joe show where we just really get into it, man. That and Jamila Quinn, you should definitely we should definitely plan that, man, and come on for that. You know what I'm saying? Do a whole show. Cause yeah, we are getting ready to wind it down. Matter of fact, if Stu was here, I would end it, but I don't want to end it if he coming back in. Let me see what he gonna do.
And then we all know G.I. Joe had a resident MC, Roadblock.
Roadblock.
You know, he would say everything in rhyme
Everything in rhyme form. Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yo.
So hip hop is everywhere, even in G.I. Joe, man. It's wild.
But I'm telling you, and G.I. Joe comic books are some of the dopest comics, and it's hip hop and comics, man. It's hip hop in there, man. Yeah. It's comics and hip hop, man. I don't know what's going on.
All these Joe comics. I always have them at the ready, man.
Yeah, I got a decent sized little short box, but
okay.
I wasn't at the time when I was buying the Joe comics. I hadn't really gotten back into G.I. Joe like fully yet. Classified got me back into it to where I'm watching the cartoon and shit during work in the mornings every morning and shit, like nice. For like an hour. Like I'm getting back into it heavy, but I was just buying the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes covers.
Okay.
Because like I kind of forgot. I didn't forget about everybody. I just didn't really, I don't know. I wasn't really back into it yet. But now it's like, oh, I want to get the Beachhead joints and Tunnel Rat and like all my favorite, Flint and all of that. And then Stu's favorite, Shipwreck.
Shipwreck.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Jameliquin's favorite, Chuckles. We got Chuckles on deck.
Yeah, Chuckles is coming through. Hopefully they before Christmas.
Yeah,
he looks dope. He got the gold brass. Yeah, he said he can't come. He said next time because he said and he's right. We getting ready to kind of wind it down, but
the only thing with Chuckles though, man, I wish they did the print from the IDW comics. That flower print, because the one with the big flower, it looked kind of odd to me. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it reminds me of the one of the toy, the three
with the big yeah.
But yeah, he's a dope
I like the way they represent.
He's like a James Bond kind of guy.
Yeah,
like, he's more like a Jason Bourne kind of guy or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's their undercover. The undercover opportunity.
Yeah.
Like he's their version of Zartan. You know what I mean? But
he flourishes in the comics, but we only seen him one time when he was throwing that rocket. He took that rocket off the what was it? I think it was off the Wolverine or one of those in the movie, and he just threw it.
Oh yeah. I just watched the movie.
Wilding out over here.
yeah. But yeah, the comics, man, that's where it's at. That's where you really get to see, what I'm saying, how dope these characters are and shit. Because the cartoon, I remembered it. I remembered like being way more knowledgeable about the characters as a kid. And I didn't read the comics as a little kid in the 80s. I just watched the show and played with the toys. But watching the show now is like, how did I know that shit? Because it's not in the show. You know what I mean? But there was card backs and
the file
cards and all kinds of shit. Yeah, it was other shit. Yeah. But man, I want to get into it, man. Like officially, have Jameliquin on and all of that because I know he's got a dope collection. And I got another homeboy. Shout out to my boy on Instagram. Hopefully, I thought he was gonna come on. He didn't make it this time, but hold on.
You know what? We can do it.
Was he trying to come on
Monday? We can rock it out Monday. Monday we could just.
I know.
Just go ham on G.I. Joe on Monday.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy G.I. Joe Forever, man. And Chaz the Guru. It would be dope to get them on and everybody chop it up. But yeah, we could do that next Monday. We'll talk about it. We can plan it if Jameliquin's down, if everybody's down. We'll get it in.
I'll get a hold of Jameliquin and we talk. Yeah, we can make it happen Monday. I think I got confidence that we can.
Let's do it.
Talk. You, Jameliquin. Yeah. Monday, G.I. Joe. So bring all your G.I. Joe comics and knowledge. Bring all your G.I. Joe questions. Bring all your G.I. Joe pajamas, socks, and underwear. Everything you got. Bring it.
Lunchbox.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Haven't done that. Yeah, bring it.
Gotta have a lunchbox.
Bring it.
Your thermos.
Your lunchbox. You got a lunchbox. Bring it.
Everything.
We're gonna go hard. We're gonna go hard on G.I. Joe. And not too hard, but we're gonna go hard enough to where you're gonna want to go out and spend some money.
We gonna geek out.
And Hasbro, you're
We gonna
welcome.
want to buy.
You're welcome,
We gonna get
Hasbro, because that's how we
Right,
do.
right.
Word, word.
Yeah. Nah, G.I.
All
Joe,
right,
I think
so
for all of us, man, it's a special place in all our hearts, man. I can't even front on G.I. Joe.
y'all don't even know,
And
bro. That
even
was my whole
right,
shit.
even at the age that I'm at, I can't front on it, man. And like I said,
You
I
said,
got my
look, I thought y'all was
shipwrecks.
wrapping up. Send me a link. We are wrapping up. We wrapping up.
Yeah, we wrapping up, man. I mean, if he want to come, if you want to come, he got something to say. Hey, let him come on. Let him,
yeah. I mean, you got send him the link.
You got the link. I sent it to him. You got the link.
Okay.
Pop in. Hey, you got the link. Pop in.
But now we wrapping up. Stu, because
I
it's
know.
like 9:20.
I know.
We
Yeah.
gotta wrap it up. We've been on here for 2.5
Listen,
hours.
Jamarco, we'll get you on Monday, man. Just
No,
be
because
ready Monday, 7:00, and we'll go hard, man. We'll just go hard on
I
G.I.
want
Joe.
to, yeah, I want, when he comes on, I want to, do
No, I
it,
get it.
do
Yeah,
it right,
I do too. Yeah, I do too. And
Yeah,
I don't want to leave. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, and then we like, oh, we gotta go. It's getting late.
or just
Yeah, man.
like a little tidbit. Nah, let's get into it, man. All right,
We're
y'all.
gonna
So
bust it up
listen,
Monday.
next time you're gonna see us though, it's gonna be Saturday, 7 p.m. Y'all already know it's every Monday, every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sixth Element of Hip Hop, and check us out on Instagram as well. _element_of_hip_hop. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.